great day to be alive on this Friday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. We are live at Third Space Brewing Company, and it smells delicious in here. I am Ben Brust alongside former longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, Brad Nortman.
Oh, Ben, it's good to be here with you. A Friday, and you know what? When it's Friday of Packers rookie minicamp, brings back all those memories for me. Just feeling like, oh my gosh, this feels big. A little bit nervous, but I'm excited for this rookie class.
Alex Strofe running the show back at the Gruber Lofts is one call. That's all studios. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. You can get us on the Carbless Talking text line, or you can see our beautiful faces and Brad's shaved head on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison.
You enjoying your last days of long hair, Ben? Long-ish hair?
If I'm being honest, I wish I had it already executed.
Yeah? Longer time for it to grow back.
It wasn't possible because I was in Madison yesterday. Today, I can't be at Third Space Brewing Company and say, hey, are you okay if I have a buzz cut in your restaurant? I don't know if patrons would enjoy that, if it would turn them away.
Yeah, sanitary
We're here
purposes.
to invite them in for a beer because it's $2 pints. If you show up in some baseball gear, maybe your local baseball team, honestly, any baseball gear, I'm sure they would accept the $2 off for the pint. So make sure you stop on by, hang out with us. We're here till 5 o'clock. Then, as I mentioned, I the weekend, I want to do it with KBN Nation. I want them to enjoy seeing the buzz cut, because Strofe has a buzz cut, and I still think that Strofe should be popping himself on the YouTube stream 24/7, because it's still shocking every time I look at him after those luscious locks have now gone off of his head and he looks like a wannabe rapper.
I think Strofe's beard is longer than his head hair. Is that accurate?
That is
accurate.
Wow.
And so I want to execute this thing. I want to get it done. It will be done Monday at 2:00. Yes, we played some audio from my fiance that said, can you all just get aligned and have them do it after the wedding? And then, we had a long drive to Madison back home together, and I put my foot down. I'm tough.
Put the foot down.
I'm tough.
I run this mug.
I'm tough. No, this is a do and ask for forgiveness, and you really find out about your relationship before you get married if you get through something like this.
Hey, might as well throw in a little bit of adversity as you guys get ready to say I do. Might as well do it.
Here's the thing. I'm really sick of, believe it or not, even from me, bathroom talk, because at our offices at the 3rd Street Market Hall in Milwaukee, we have the single stalls. And for context, we have 3 radio stations, 620 WTMJ, 94.5 ESPN, and 101.7 The Truth. And so the bathrooms are made for people who are working, maybe in the newsroom, maybe on a show, and if they're in a quick break, they need to use the bathroom. It's not supposed to be the community bathroom. We have other bathrooms in our office space that people are supposed to use. Now, I heard something happened. I don't know the details. Kyle Wallace has walked in on a couple people, so now he's a knock guy.
He's a knock
Locked
guy.
or unlocked, he knocks on that door, and if anybody says anything, he obviously knows not to go in. I'm not a lock guy. If you leave it unlocked and I feel it, I'm going in. It's not my responsibility to lock the door. Brad, what say you?
Until this moment, about an hour 15 ago, I was hey, if I see the green vacant, I just open the door and I walk right in with a pretty hey, this is my bathroom type of moment. But guys, I don't know if I was a victim. I don't know if a teammate of ours was a victim. I think we're both victims. In this. So what happened was we have our 4th Friday call with Craig Karmazin, our CEO, leading it. It was great. Gets us ready for the weekend, recapping the month. I only got about 10 minutes before I need to go fill up my tea, fill up my water, use the restroom, finalize my notes before our pre-show starts. So I'm scrambling. So I run downstairs to those bathrooms that Ben are describing. Single stall, not men or women, literally just bathroom, used by both. And I go in there, and darn it, I open the door, I swing it open, I go behind me, my tea is in one hand, my water's in another hand, I put it on the counter, and I start using the restroom. And then I hear like a jiggle of the door. And I thought to myself, oh no. Oh, no. 99 times out of 1,000, I turn around to lock it automatically and do it. But I am, middle of doing my business. And there it opens about 45% of the way. I see a swoosh of blonde hair come and go. And, oh, my gosh, I'm sorry. And then I'm saying, oh, my gosh, I'm sorry. And it was just like, it was a moment. Like, then I'm so mortified. I still kind of have to go a little bit. I stop. I'm freaking
You stop?
out. I stop. I panic.
Stop?
I panic. I stop.
You stop midstream?
Midstream.
Is that possible?
And then Ben, before we head here to Third Straits, I basically finished the job. And but yeah, I stopped midstream because I was just so mortified, so embarrassed, so apologetic. And yeah, so then I'm
luckily you didn't do the Ben Brust pants to the ground.
Luckily I didn't do pants to the ground. But here's what I want to know, right? So then apparently she went back upstairs, used a different set of bathrooms,
and was flustered.
Was described as flustered, disheveled, and. So I honestly, it was so quick, it was so in the moment, I didn't know who it was. But our, producer and executive producer of the analysis show, Tarny Cartagena, told me the name of the teammate. So I was like, oh my gosh, luckily she's cool, and so I'm not super worried about it. But
before you left, you didn't address it?
Well, so now here's my question. So we went right to pre-show to here. So I went on Teams, on Microsoft Teams, and I messaged this teammate of ours.
Oh my God, Brad!
And I said, I am so sorry. 999 times out of 1,000, I lock it. I'm embarrassed. I'm so sorry. And luckily, she responded and said, "It happens. Don't worry about it." I'm laughing.
Meanwhile,
about it. So
she's at the sink rubbing her eyes.
Is that important? Now, to be fair. You open the door, you would only see my back. So
nothing was.
Nothing was. So
not that we were worried about that.
But apparently her words were, "I thought it was just water running. That's why she went in." And sure enough, it wasn't water. It was something else that was creating that sound. And yeah. So are we good now? Do I have to address this teammate in person?
No, you're
good. Again, or is my team's message and her saying, "Don't worry about it"? Are we good?
I don't love the team's message personally.
But I had to address it with her.
That's almost a step too far. I agree.
Really?
Yeah.
It might be, but I won't see her again until next week. At that point, it'd be too awkward. Hey, remember when you walked me in the bathroom? Sorry about that. I feel
Why didn't you go up to her before we left?
I didn't know where she was. We were in a rush to get here.
We weren't in that much of a rush.
We were
Brad.
in a rush.
We were not. We were here 10 minutes before the show. You could have took 2 minutes to find the teammate and apologize for not. Wait. Why are you claiming to be victim? Brad cannot claim to be victim for not locking the door and somebody walking in on him while using the restroom.
But because it wasn't purposeful, it was an accident. So now I feel like I'm the victim, she's the victim. And if it was a guy, if it was you, Ben Brust, if it was Alex Strofe walking in, it'd be like whatever. But of course, it's men and women using those. Of course, it's a woman. I couldn't believe it. I'm embarrassed. Therefore, I am partially a victim here.
So. Here's what I'll follow up.
I'm the problem, but I'm the victim too.
Alex Strofe over the KBN Sports Desk. I'll let you chime in here, and then I got to share a similar situation but different.
It's real quick because I know Ben Brust doesn't understand fractions, but I do to a point. Brad, you've now said 99 times out of 1,000. Three
times.
I mean to say 909 because 99 of 100. That's not enough. I don't think I've ever not locked that door. Never.
You know what? Make it 99,999 out of 10,000.
Exactly. Whatever.
Make it 999,000 out of 100,000.
I was going to say 99 of 100.
That would be a million.
It's too big of a fraction.
I get it.
And the time before that was 100,000. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Fractions aren't good for us here.
I'm still flustered.
You don't know fractions.
Fractions are tough.
So the first time I never lock it, I get walked in on. So now I know why Kyle does the, knock before going in. I think I'm forever a knock guy now.
Yeah, so
I'm scarred.
There was one time that I followed somebody into the bathroom, and it was a bomb. It was stanky.
Wait, they were still in there?
No. Like they walked out, and I go in. I'm like, oh man, I hope it wasn't what I think it was.
Yeah,
and it was. And then I took a tinkle.
Of course.
And when I'm done with the tinkle, there was another teammate waiting outside when I went out, and I thought to myself, like, do I say something? Do I claim it wasn't me? And then I sat on that for a week, and then I came.
So, did you not say anything?
I came clean. I had to. I couldn't be going around the office in that teammate's mind as the guy that completely blew up the bathroom and then walked in right behind me, and it wasn't me. Like if it was me, I would totally take ownership of that. You know what I mean? This is the no shame thing. It's like, if I gotta go, I gotta go. It happened. But if it's not mine, I don't want to be labeled for something that I didn't do.
But even if you're okay with it being your own, I get it.
I get it. It's more so like a personal thing. Like, if I did it, I'm fine claiming it. Just like, like when you have somebody who farts in a group, like you don't need to do the whoever smelt it, dealt it, or whoever denied it, supplied it. I'll just be like, yeah, it was me. That's how I got the nickname Stinky Ben around my in-laws family.
Of course. So you didn't say anything.
Stinky Ben. Stinky Ben.
So you didn't say anything initially.
I did,
and it haunted you for a week, and then you said something.
It did, because it's like a teammate you see a lot, like walking around in our content area, and I'm like, I can't look at this person and they're not looking at me the same way. I feel them judging me, and I don't want them to judge me. But if they were judging me because I did it, I could live with that.
Wow. So when you brought it back up to them a week later, were they like, "What are you talking about?"
No, they knew exactly. I mean, trust me, it was that big.
It scarred them.
Yes.
It was so sensory
offensive. It was so sensory offensive that I'm so glad I came clean.
Wow. Well, I mean, luckily we have a culture of honesty here at Good Karma Brands, but I don't know what's worse. I think mine's still worse, as opposed to being falsely accused of doing something you didn't do and offending someone's senses like that. But it leaves sort of an awkward cloud of uncomfortability, right? Because, yes, I sent a Teams message to this teammate, but next time I see her, I'm going to have to bring it up again. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I'll never do that again, blah, blah, blah. So you're telling me, is it not in the past? Next time I see her,
it's in the past. I just wish you would have done it in person.
I'll still say something in person.
Now it's just like still weird. Does it feel weird still?
I mean,
like this.
At least it's been put out there.
It
right?
has, but it could have just been out of sight, out of mind. Like, hey, I'm sorry. 99 times out of 1,000, as you say, this doesn't happen.
So 10% of the time. Oh, man.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. I mean, that's not a fun feeling. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's in a workplace, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I still go back to it. I know I'm just throwing around stats here. I am the guy to lock it. Open the door, turn around and lock it. I'm a man of.
You are the last person in the world that I feel like would forget to lock it.
Yeah,
you're the guy he has 4 security cameras at the estate, and
very private to some degree, and just a creature of habit, right?
Yes, I guarantee you lock the doors. You have a go to bed routine to lock up the house, make sure every window is shut or blinds are shut, every door, and you screwed the pooch.
I do, and even the nighttime routine, every door is locked, every blind is down, every light is off. I get the coffee ready for tomorrow. I fill up the coffee pot, get it ready, so I have to click a button. And the one time I do this, I create a victim in our workplace.
Yeah, I will say I also wouldn't have put it in writing just in case this teammate wasn't super nice. No. But she's a nice teammate. I think you're going to be good.
I think I'm all right. I show up on Monday and I'm laid off.
You'll be good. You'll be good. Maybe. I don't know. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. But we're hanging out at Third Space Brewing Company. And if you show up in some baseball gear, you're going to get $2 off your pints. Is Josh DiMaggio wearing baseball gear? He is not wearing baseball gear. Good. Full-price beer for the guy who just won $1,000. He can afford it. Josh DiMaggio putting his personal business out. He won in the company $1,000. 1,000 smackaroos.
Wow.
Good to see some people hanging out here at Third Space Brewing Company. $2 off your pints when you show up in a little baseball gear. Brad Nortman, Ben Brust, Alex Strofe with you next because we want to discuss the idea of Goody pulling off bringing back Jair Alexander. It is moving in a direction further than all options on the table. There is some news to share, and I think it's important news to deliver. So that is next, live from Third Space Brewing Company. I'm Kyle Brust and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Listen, Diana, that's her name. Listen, we all about positive manifestation. I like you, Diana. All it is
Dirty
negative.
Diana.
Criticize.
Dirty Diana.
I love you, Kyle.
Love you too, girl.
I love you, Kyle.
I love you too. That's what I'm talking about. The real Packer Nation.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe. June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Catch all the action this weekend at Franklin Field as the Milwaukee Panthers baseball team takes on Northern Kentucky in a 3-game series. Friday, the Panthers honor former head coach Scott Duffek in a pregame ceremony. First pitch is at 5 p.m. Then on Saturday, MKE welcomes back former players on Alumni Day. Game time is set for 3. The series concludes with Bark in the Park on Sunday with a 1 p.m. first pitch. Tickets for Milwaukee Panthers baseball are $7. Panthers Athletics for the MKE.
Hey, Wisconsin sports fans, come join Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live at Third Space Brewing, Milwaukee's happy place on Friday, May 2nd. And if you show up in your Wisconsin baseball gear, you'll get $2 off pints during the show. Sip on fresh brews like Happy Place Midwest Pale Ale, grab some food, and hang with the crew. Stick around for Under the Bridge Thursdays with live local bands, food trucks, and good vibes. Not drinking? Try Headspace Sparkling Water by Third Space, infused with hops, fruit, and hemp-derived THC. Catch ESPN Milwaukee live at Third Space Brewing just west of downtown Milwaukee on Friday, May 2nd.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
At the Knickerbocker Hotel, we believe your stay should be as convenient and luxurious as possible. Whether you're planning a small meeting or a special event, our versatile space is perfect for any occasion. Start your day with a delicious meal at the Knick Restaurant and Bar, or unwind at the Knick Salon and Spa. Wanting to stay active? Their 24-hour fitness center is always available. If you need something custom-made or alterations made, there's a tailor on site. The Knickerbocker, where every detail is designed with your comfort in mind. For more information and to book your next stay, visit knickerbockeronthelake.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
'Cause it takes some time to go back and rewrite the
Live from Third Space Brewing Company, Milwaukee's happy place. It's a great place for you to enjoy just about anything. They're going to have some Thursdays Under the Bridge live music series featuring different local bands and food trucks. If you're not an alcoholic drinker, you can try the Third Space Brewing's Headspace Sparkling Water infused with hops, fruit, and hemp-derived THC. Mark your calendars for a happy day on June 7th, a festival celebrating Happy Place's Midwest Pale Ale and all the things that make you happy. Stop on by as well, because if you show up in some baseball gear, unlike Josh DiMaggio did, you'll get $2 off your pints here at Third Space Brewing Company. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. You, KBN Nation, at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talking text line. And catch us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. We did hear from Rob Domofsky. Was that this week? That was this week. Earlier this week, he put out a report that all options are on the table with Jair Alexander. They're open to reconciliation. Cut, trade, keep. And we have some news from Albert Breer, who said...
small ball man.
I love that drop from Rob Domofsky. That Jair is most likely, if he comes back on a restructured deal, if Goody can pull off on a team-friendly deal, it would be the most important offseason move in Brad's opinion.
Yes.
I want to throw something in here as well. If they are able to pull this off, and Albert Breer is correct and trending in the right direction that they're bringing Jair back on a restructured deal, which off-season move, if he pulls this off, is a bigger move for the Green Bay Packers? Re-signing Jair on a restructured deal or drafting Matthew Golden in the first round? We'll put that on the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN, and you can answer at 800-990-3776.
Well, as much as I love Matthew Golden in that first round, because I did call him first-round wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, to me, the biggest off-season move for Goody and the Green Bay Packers would be getting Jair Alexander back on a restructured deal. Here's why. You look at this cornerback room right now, clearly Goody did not do what he wanted to do in the draft to make sure it was fortified and ready for a championship run. I mean, Hobbs, I think it's a good addition. It's a good start to making sure the room is better. But Nixon, Valentine, like those are all right cornerbacks, but when you can't get a pass rush consistently, like the Green Bay Packers, more will fall on these cornerbacks to step up their own game. And I don't think this unit is complete and able to do that, to make up for the lack of rush from the D-line without Jair Alexander. You throw Jair Alexander in there, you're looking at this secondary with Xavier McKinney, all-pro. You're looking at ascending stars like Bullard and Evan Williams. Those guys are studs on the way, and you have a known all-pro in Jair Alexander. I think for me, that's the biggest thing. Jair, we know when he is mentally and physically locked in, he is an all-pro type cornerback, and that will take another step in the right direction for an already really good defense. Not only that, the biggest thing, though, right, is the restructured deal. If the Packers, if Goody can somehow create a situation where it is, maybe you give him half of his contract at guaranteed and then a per-game bonus, that protects you from Jair, which is all of our concern of staying healthy. We can all agree, Jair is great when healthy, but the when healthy part is what's hard. The room will be no different if Jair is not there, if he's off the team. So, to me, it's only extra fortitude for the back end if Jair is on there. We know he's well-liked in the locker room, and if Goody can nail this restructured contract, this defense goes from being, it's a pretty good defense to, wow, we got all-pro cornerback, all-pro safety. We've got an ascending star linebacker. D-line, you got to pick it up. But I feel a lot better about this defense with Jair back there.
I don't know if Alex Strofe is taking a nap back there. I'm still waiting for the poll to go up on Twitter at KBN ESPN. If Goody does pull off re-signing and restructuring Jair Alexander, which would be a bigger offseason move for the Packers, Jair or drafting of Matthew Golden? You make a lot of good points about Jair. But what scares me still is, like, if he restructures, I get that there's less risk for the Packers, and I know that, like, from financial, and if he's not playing as much, it probably is not going to hurt them financially. But at the end of the day, this was a big move, not just because it was the first time that it happened since 2002. Matthew Golden has elite speed and an elite opportunity to help the Green Bay Packers offensively. And the reason why I think it's more important is because I continue to hear that with or without Jair Alexander, there's a lot of faith in this defense from people that I do trust. Like Brian Bulaga has the same opinion as Jason Wilde, that the group more likely to be in the top 5 at the end of the year is the defense. Although I still disagree, I can hear the argument because they were top 10 in defense last year. I mean, they were better than top 10. They were close to, I think it was 6th in total defense, 8th in points per game.
Exactly right.
And when you look at that, if you add Jair, that can help. But, like, the offense is really important. Like, this is Jordan Love's third year starting. Having Matthew Golden is not just about Matthew Golden. It's about elevating the entire room. Everyone's on notice. Christian Watson, obviously, is going to be injured, and we don't even know when we'll see him. But Romeo Doubs, dude, you're on notice. If you don't have a, like, breakout stud-type year, it really is going to take a lot to be like, yeah, we're going to re-sign this guy. But with that, Jaden Reed, you can't have a disappearing act. You had 800 yards 2 seasons in a row. You look at Dontavian Wicks. There's always been a lot of hype about his route running, his separation. When you get Matthew Golden in, he himself can hopefully produce, but he himself, when you already have these wide receivers complaining about Josh Jacobs on Super Bowl week, campaigning for a number 1 wide receiver, they're already complaining about that. I look at this as an opportunity for the whole room to be like, all right, forget what Josh Jacobs said. The general manager picked a wide receiver in the first round because they don't believe in this room. Let's prove them wrong. Let's get competition going. And so I think when I look at the offense, I love the offensive line. I love Josh Jacobs. I love the tight end in Tucker Kraft. If you believe in Jordan Love, you want this Matthew Golden pick to help in the future and now with what he can bring now and what he can do to that room to elevate the success due to the timing of where everyone's at in their contracts and what they're playing to do to make sure that they're going to get paid and maybe be a Green Bay Packer.
Well, and one more thing that I would actually add to your point is I think there's a lot of people out there, but I'm going to come back to mine. I think a lot of people out there are wondering still if Jordan Love's the guy. Now, I don't believe anyone on this show is wondering that. I think we all believe he's a franchise quarterback, but this reduces any excuses or any time of, hey, let's just be patient with Jordan Love. Now he's got a full arsenal of, like you said, O-line, running back, tight ends, now a full receiver room for him to go out there and cook. For me, though, and I love Golden, I do think he's going to be an impact player. The known commodity of Jair Alexander.
The known commodity.
When he's
the unknown guy the last 3 years. He's halfway Jair. He's just like Kyle Wallace. He only goes halfway. He can't play half. He played like half the snaps the last 3 years.
But known as far as when he's on the field, he is an all-pro level guy. We don't know if Matthew Golden's going to be all-pro level. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be a starter. But particularly for this season, Jair will go in there. And these are big ifs. I know if
there are some ifs on both sides, no doubt. Like he still has. I believe I've seen it. There's some drop issues, but he's got undeniable speed in Matthew Golden, but it's still, you got to see if it translates to the NFL.
Yes, you do. But if Jair is mentally locked in and if Jair is healthy, which all of those should be, he's now been given a full year to get back onto the field, and he has every reason to go out there and ball out. Prove any doubters wrong. Continue to get paid a big contract. I just think when you give Jair Alexander that environment, maybe with the leadership of Xavier McKinney, which they clearly have some sort of relationship because Jair was on McKinney's Instagram stories and they were working out together. I think with that leadership, with the buy-in of Jeff Hafley's defense, I think when Jair is on the field and locked in, dude is an all-pro. I mean, I think we can all agree to this point, he's probably, him and Jordan Love are, Brian Gutekunst's best draft picks. So I think what he can do to that defense to tip it from 6th to 8th to like top 5, I think goes a long way in their championship hopes.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, if the Packers do bring back Jair Alexander, which is the bigger move this offseason? Bringing Jair back is 41%. Drafting Matthew Golden, 59%. So right now I'm on the right side of the poll history, but you can always chime in on the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776. And we do talk a lot about Weedman and how they came yesterday for you too.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yesterday, 2 days ago for me. We have Weedman Wednesdays, and your lawn is a reflection of your pride and hard work, and we want to have that lush green, weed-free yard, and that's where Weedman comes in. Kid and pet friendly. They use golf course quality fertilizer and effective weed control. It's all part of that winning game plan. Get a free quote by going to weedman.com. Get 50% off your first treatment. That's half off at weedman.com. That's Weedman for the win. And as we are live from Third Space Brewing Company, after doing yard work, after cutting the grass, and looking at my beautiful lawn, there might not be anything better than a happy place. Post, sweat, cut of the grass, beer. Just got to leave it right there. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. But coming up next on a Friday, what a treat. Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher joins Kyle, Brust, and Nortman next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
top 5 of my guys throughout my career. Of
Just
covering
one
guys.
below me. I was just putting myself in the ranking.
He loves himself.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your Pell experience starts with a free in-home consultation.
It was a really comfortable kitchen table chat. We knew Pella was going to get it right the first time, and they designed a project with us. They didn't just replace our windows and doors.
There are so many options that are available, so it was nice to have someone narrow those down, and they made sure that the design was what we wanted.
Don't wait. Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2025.
Postseason dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Whoa, take it easy there. There's a better way to NBA. All playoffs long.
Wait, really?
With the NBA app, you get real-time stats and scores for every playoff matchup. Witness playoff drama as it unfolds.
Wait, seriously?
Catch every bucket all in one place, all for free.
Where have you been all my life?
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99, feeds 5 to 8 people, and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Minnesota is home to 64 state parks and 6 national park sites. Whether you enjoy fishing or paddling, it's time to explore the breathtaking views of Voyageurs National Park. Celebrate Voyageurs National Park's 50th anniversary, and if you're lucky, view the Northern Lights. Explore millions of acres of pristine natural areas in Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to embark on a journey to the many nationally recognized Minnesota sites.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Save big money at Menards. Get your grass growing thick and green with Scott's Thicker Lawn Grass Seed Mix. Its 3-in-1 solution of grass seed, fertilizer, and soil improver is formulated to help your thinning lawn grow green and covers up to 1,200 square feet. Hurry into the Menards Garden Center to save big on Scott's Thicker Lawn Grass Seed. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm not going to sit here and panic about it.
Green and Gold Hall of Famer.
It's not apples to apples. For you, it is.
Solving the world's problems one day at a time.
Everybody doesn't grow and evolve at the same time.
It's Mark Tauscher.
Did you guys hang up on me, or am I hanging up
on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman?
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it.
Live from Third Space Brewing Company, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. No Kyle, you got Ben Brust and Brad Nortman with Strophy running the show. And what a gift on a Friday to be joined by the Packer Hall of Famer that you can hear on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these very stations. It is one Mark Tauscher. What's up, Tausch?
Good afternoon, fellas.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Maybe you can help us on a split poll question right now. If Goody does pull off re-signing and restructuring Jair Alexander, which do you think would be a bigger offseason move? Re-signing Jair or drafting Matthew Golden?
Can I say signing Banks, or is that not on the poll?
It's not on the poll, but, I mean, look, you're the expert here.
Okay.
Okay, well, I believe, and this is the part that was frustrating to me in, I heard the open, and a great open by Stroke. He does a fantastic job for you guys, about the urgency and you don't understand and kind of the whole fun little groupthink talk that we had. And it was that the offense is what needed to be addressed in the Packers' minds. And when LaFleur joined us last week up at the trio for the draft, it was pretty obvious to me, listening to him, that he thinks his defense is going to be really good. And it was really good at the end of last season, and he thinks it's going to be better. So the Jair Alexander, all of this news, I don't think he's coming back, but I do, as I said this morning, I think he is, sports humbles you, and both of you guys know that. I mean, sports will always find, it doesn't matter who, you eventually get humbled at some point. Jair Alexander's as humbled as he's going to be. So the idea that nobody is trading, a second or third round pick, and he's not going to make $24 million, it now comes to fruition after the draft. So I don't know if Goody wants him back yet. I think that's going to be the case. That's going to be what we find out. But if Jair Alexander comes back and he can play, 12 or 14 games and be the guy that when he's out on the field I think there is much more, I would vote for him, because you have a rookie that is going to have to learn the system and hopefully makes a big impact. We've seen what a healthy Jair Alexander can do, and that position is there. If he can get back out there and healthy, he can do it. I am still very skeptical until I hear a breaking news sounder that he is back in Green Bay. I just am very skeptical that he's not going to be.
Tausch, you said it, and Matt LaFleur doubled down on it when talking about the defense, but that the Packers were focused on the offense this offseason, right? They drafted 2 wide receivers, one in the first round, one in the third. Free agent acquisition on the O-line with Banks, and then second round drafted of another offensive lineman at that tackle. So the way I look at it, now that Jordan Love will be healthy into his third season, making a top contract for a quarterback, I want to know what your expectations are of Jordan Love now that they've sort of restocked the offense. It's his third year being a starter, and to me, the excuses have run out as far as us making excuses for him, which I have been one to do that because I do believe in Jordan Love. I think he's going to be a top 3 NFL quarterback. That's my expectation. What is your expectation?
NFL or NFC?
NFC. Did I say NFL?
You said NFL.
NFC quarterback. Top
NFL
3 NFC
bold.
Quarterback. Yeah, that's pretty bold. So what are your expectations of Jordan Love now that they have reinvested in that offense?
I mean, I think the goal should be that the offense needs to be better. The thing is, and I just said it, you said it, the offense last year wasn't bad. Like the explosive plays, there was a lot of good things. It was the way they finished. And I just look back at last year, and there were some moments that I thought Jordan was good, but he was not consistent enough. So I'm looking at this saying, let's just be consistent. Let's be good. We'll have those great moments sprinkled in. But you cannot have the stretches of football that he had, especially in the middle part of the season. You can't win when you're underhanding a football and it gets pick six and you make bad decisions at the end of the half. It can't happen. And that's the part that I want to see cleaned up, because Jordan Love did some good things last year. There's no doubt. He didn't run the ball like he did the year before. He is going to need to play a more consistent game, and he's got to clean up the stuff that he needs to clean up. And I think what I think Matt LaFleur, I think everybody up there is just trying to say, let's make the game easier so that we can see that big play capability that we saw a couple years ago. So, yeah, I wouldn't disagree. If you said he needs to be a top 3 quarterback in the NFC, he was not last year. That's where he needs to live. And he doesn't need to be Pat Mahomes. He doesn't need to be Aaron Rodgers. He just needs to be more consistent and not turning the football over, because I think Brian Gutekunst has put, and that's going to shock you guys, I think he's put together a team that is going to be a lot better. And if Jordan Love is good, he doesn't need to be star-spangled, but he just can't be – he can't have those bad stretches that hurt his football team and have to have the rest of your group overcome him. That is not going to be allowed when you're talking about paying a guy $55 million.
Mark Tauscher, the Packer Hall of Famer, giving insight here with us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Old T, if you were Bucks ownership, is there anything that you would receive from a team that would consider trading Giannis?
The only way I'm trading Giannis is if he forces me to.
That's the right answer.
There's not going to be value in – you're not going to get value back. So that's first off. But I do think if Giannis comes to you as an owner and says, hey, man, I gave you everything. It ain't happening here. Let's work together and find what's best for you, but I need to go to a contender. I'm going to do it because I think he's earned that. And the NBA, it's no longer well, the heck with it, we're going to make you do this. No, it's just not how it works. And I think Giannis has earned that. So unless he comes and is very forceful with me as an owner, I'm not getting rid of Giannis. How on earth are you going to get any better, especially with all of the issues, draft picks and everything else? It will be a hot mess. Let's just be honest. If Giannis wants out, it's going to be some tough times coming in Milwaukee. I don't want to do that, and unless I'm forced to, I'm not.
Tausch, we're about to get into this next segment. I'm in a little bit of a personal conundrum here. So, my wife and I were fostering the two babies. Lexi's pregnant. We're starting to think ahead about the Nortman yard, right? And we want a swing set, but darn it, those swing sets are much more expensive than we thought. Lexi's mom has an old swing set we're thinking about taking apart, moving it to our backyard. That's a whole operation. Might have to replace some boards, all that kind of stuff. What did you find at the Tauscher residence that was prime, the kids' favorite thing to do in the backyard? Because nice weather, it's on its way, and we're going to want to get these kids outside as much as possible.
Yeah, I would not get a trampoline. That's the first piece of advice that I would give you.
Did you have a trampoline?
No, but we had a neighbor that did, and it's just, A, it can blow away, B, there's injury. I mean, it's just a hot mess. And with Eleanor being, gymnastics forward, that's something. This is more for me, but we got a croquet set was something that I know we liked, and my kids liked it.
Croquet?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, croquet set. Get your kids a croquet set.
You don't want your kids to have a trampoline, but you want them to learn to play croquet.
Yes, hand-eye coordination, Benny. It gets you into golf. It'll help you with all your sports. If your kids are interested in sports, I am always going to go croquet. I love the game. I think it's a fantastic game. But as far as
it sounds like that was an old T.
It was an old T decision. They weren't like, Dad, can we have a trampoline? They weren't like, Dad, I want a croquet set.
Well, here's the deal, and Nordy, you're finding this out. I don't want a big old clunky swing set when I'm guessing if you're in a neighborhood, there's a park, a bike ride away. Go bike and go swing up there. I don't want a swing set and a slide in my yard. So no, I don't want a trampoline because it's just a hot mess and there's liability. So I want stuff that's ground-centered. Give me some ground-centered stuff.
Boots on the ground guy.
If I'm forced to, and you're going to make me, here's what I would get. I would get a jungle gym where it's just, because then you're working your core, you're doing that whole deal, and you have it up high enough. That would be the thing that I would get if I was doing it. But we had a park. I was not interested in that, so it was a croquet set for my kids.
I love the training-centric mentality that Tausch takes to it. We're talking about hand-eye coordination. We're talking about working core and grip strength. Tausch, you are an athlete through and through, my man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Friday. We're giving out compliments.
Yeah,
today,
it's a feel-good Friday.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's a whole different vibe of being out here on a Friday than on a Tuesday. You guys are more combative, and Benny, what do you get? What do you have at your yard? You have a young child. What's going to be your first thing?
Right now, I'm in the negotiation stage with my fiance. Not anything to do with my daughter. We're on the back patio conversation.
Oh,
there's soft seating. There's this. There's that, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Soft seating.
what I need to do, Tausch, is I just need to get the Fisher Price hoop. I don't even have a basketball hoop.
Oh, that's a good touch.
I mean, I think the easiest things to do is you get a small soccer net. You give them a soccer ball. They run around. They kick it. I'm not a Nortman estate guy. I don't need the shebang, and I don't have the estate for a swing set in my backyard.
Tausch, is it in poor taste if Ben dunks on his young daughter? When they're playing with her.
Yeah, I got to teach her toughness.
You definitely don't want to let them win until they actually earned it. I don't think you need to be dunking on your.
Ooh, when was the first time you lost to Maxie?
Ooh,
in anything?
Mini golf. I lost the mini golf game legit. Outside of that, pickleball, he's been close. I had to retire from tennis because old T ain't going to beat him in tennis now, but he has never beaten me. At some point,
Was that old T or old T?
It's super old T. It's socks. Super old T, not even old T. I have not, in basketball, I can still bully ball him, but that day is probably coming to an end too. So right now, he's got me in mini golf, and that's it. But I actually think if we played, if I let him play his tees and I was playing my tees, I think you can maybe even get me in golf.
Is that rewarding as a parent, or do you get mad?
Well, I mean, if your kid's 9 and he's beating you, then shame on you. I guess he's getting to the point where if he beats me in the next year or two, I think you have to be happy. I mean, you want your kid to be better than you.
Of course.
Typically, it's at least how I look at it. So I will be more than happy as long as he earns it. I am great with it. If it's because I'm broken down and can't do it, and he stinks, but he's just a little less stinky than me, then I'm probably upset with both of us.
Double stinky? Don't want double stinky.
That's tough in the Tauscher household.
Double
that's
stinky.
The case.
Stinky Ben. Stinky Ben.
Great timing there, Strofe. We got to tell everyone about the world's most wonderful person, and that's Gina Della from Pella. So you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Thanks, Tausch.
Or Tuesday, rather. Gina Della from Pella of Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I already have a new project in mind.
Oh, yeah. Already? The windows are that well received and beautiful. You ready to look forward to the next thing?
I need a back door. Especially if I'm going to invest into the patio and everything. Again, the word soft seating, like what's soft seating compared to hard seating? Cushions, that just means we're more in and out, more things to do. I'm not looking forward to that. I want weatherproof seating.
Yes, and honestly, too, I'm sure this time of year, you're thinking about the nice weather, so much more aware of a back door. You're going in and out of it all the time.
I like the door is horrible. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed that Gina suggested it to me, and I was like, I'll wait on it. I was an idiot.
Yeah.
I had great financing, and there's always great offers from Gina that I am going to go back to her and say, let's do the back door so that I have that complete front of the house done and the back of the house done. And I've already seen everyone come over and they say, oh, the windows are amazing. And then, of course, I tell you, I play with my daughter's toys or I lift the windows up and show them the hidden screens and everyone's like, that's amazing. That's technology advancements that you get with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Check out Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin at PellaWI.com and tell them KBN sent you and Gina will hook you up. We need to brainstorm for Brad. Best backyard games for kids, best investments for backyards. Is it a hot tub? I got a hot tub story. We had one growing up. My brother used that thing. It's a bad story. It's a good story, though. Coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, see, the thing about me is I like
crazy.
I like crazy. I like a little excitement in my life. I like a little bit of drama.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Spring is here, and your local IKEA is rolling out the savings outdoors for their annual sidewalk sale. This is Ben Brust. Come see us, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from IKEA in Oak Creek on Friday, May 9th from 2 to 5 p.m. We'll be on site with ESPN Milwaukee and taking in all the deals. A wide variety of furniture and home furnishing accessories at big discounts. IKEA's annual sidewalk sale runs May 9th through the 26th. Come see KBN on site this Friday at IKEA in Oak Creek for the kickoff of their annual sidewalk sale.
The I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale. And take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day Bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hey, Wisconsin sports fans, come join Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live at Third Space Brewing, Milwaukee's happy place on Friday, May 2nd. And if you show up in your Wisconsin baseball gear, you'll get $2 off pints during the show. Sip on fresh brews like Happy Place Midwest Pale Ale, grab some food, and hang with the crew. Stick around for Under the Bridge Thursdays with live local bands, food trucks, and good vibes. Not drinking? Try Headspace Sparkling Water by Third Space, infused with hops, fruit, and hemp-derived THC. Catch ESPN Milwaukee live at Third Space Brewing just west of downtown Milwaukee on Friday, May 2nd.
It's the best time to be a basketball fan. All the thrills and playoff drama. Done sitting on the sideline and ready to win some real cash? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes all of the other daily fantasy competition. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6, plus even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code WKTI. That's code WKTI for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Our guy Chris in Neshota has been very active on the Carbless Talk and text line, formerly Chris in O-Town, who famously was cheated on by his best friend. Well, hang on. His wife cheated on him with his best friend. There we go. We got to get that right. Chris chimes in, Brad and Ben, do the backyard kid setup and patio. Those are a great thing during resale for a bad divorce. Also, don't worry about the shaved head, Ben, for the wedding. I used my first wedding pics for coasters while living in a rental until I found wife number 2.
Oh, my
Chris,
gosh.
the divorce pro from Neshota.
Chris has been on his A game this week. A game. Oh, my goodness.
Let's crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lack-a.
Oh, man. But, yeah, KBN Nation, I know I brought this up to Mark Tauscher, but help me, KBN Nation. This is why I rely on you so much. So the kids are getting older. They're still very young, so Lexi and I thinking ahead. Shocker, I know, that people that pack 3 months in advance for trips. But we looked into a swing set. These swing sets are absolutely massive. They're expensive. And we're just wondering, is there another way? Lexi's mom has an old swing set. That's awesome. But it's massive. We'd have to take it down, probably take 5 or 6 or more trips over to our place, reassemble it. And we're just like, there's got to be a better way. I mean, KBN Nation, help us. Ben, I want to know what you're thinking. What are the things in a backyard for a summertime to get kids out there? They love it. You get them out of the house. I'm just at a loss. There's got to be a better way.
Well, now KBN Nation is... John, I have a problem with this because I love you. I love the offer here at 800-990-3776. The Carlos Talking text line. John says, I have a great trampoline. If you guys want it, I will drop it off of your house for free.
Oh, wow.
Take it. Brad Nortman does not need to get a free trampoline. Brad Nortman, somebody less off than Brad Nortman, John, deserves your trampoline than Brad Nortman. I just want to make that very, very clear.
But wait, it sounds like I don't know how to take this as a very generous gift from John, right? From John, or if he's trying to pawn it off on me. It sounds like he's just trying to get rid of it. Is there something wrong with the trampoline?
No,
is there a hole in it?
You never know his story. His kids could be older. They like.
I had a trampoline growing up.
You did?
So I was surprised when Tausch was so against it. Now, we had a trampoline, so standing.
Tausch has got his kids playing croquet. That is insane.
I can't imagine. If that was like a Christmas gift, where it's like, okay, kids, are you ready for the summer of your life?
What?
And then they
what the bleep is this?
Some sticks with like a mallet on the end of it and some heavy balls. I mean, unbelievable. But we had a trampoline growing up, but we had like the protective netting around it, so you don't get sprung right off of it, and that was great times, absolutely great times.
Yeah,
so
I got double jumped my freshman year of high school on a trampoline and rolled my ankle and missed a month of basketball.
Did you roll? You went off the trampoline and tried to land?
No, I just went
high?
so high that I came down and rolled the ankle.
It's really quite amazing that more injuries don't happen on a trampoline. It feels like it's meant to hurt you.
They put springs around a trampoline and they put this small layer of quote unquote padding. Yeah. Don't you think it should be a little bit more padded everywhere?
Yes, everywhere.
There's metal springs that could pierce somebody's skin.
After 1 year, they're rusted from being outside. I mean, a trampoline, it's compelling. I don't know if we're there yet. It might be too young, but thank you for the generous offer.
You need a slip and slide and sprinklers with young kids. Can't go wrong with a sandbox and water tables.
Oh, I
think you're trying to go too big, Brad.
But I want to go big.
Why are you trying to hit the home run now? Hit a couple singles and doubles in the backyard before you invest in a pool or a swing set.
It's a pretty good baseball manager. Let's just get on base and keep this thing moving.
Well, yeah, and we're you can keep adding. Oh, of course. Shut up, Stroh.
I had a pool in my backyard growing up.
Oh, you did?
And it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like a kiddie pool.
No, we had a slide. It was underground.
Did you really?
I only lived in that house till I was 10 or 11 on the east side of Green Bay.
Which parent kept that house?
My mom.
Neither?
My mom. Well, so my parents both lived in it. Then my dad moved out when they got divorced. Yeah.
I can't peg Strofe as a swimmer. That surprises me.
Oh, brother, there's a great picture of me with my SpongeBob floaties on. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'll find that for you.
I respect SpongeBob, though. Good choice.
Oh, I was a big SpongeBob kid, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Chris chimes in here. We had a trampoline as kids. That padding lasted one summer after, and it was bare springs. Nobody ever died, so I give it a 10 out of 10 rec.
How easy would it be, though, to just put your leg right through a set of springs and it just cuts it up the whole way? There is one on YouTube, on ESPN Milwaukee YouTube page. Jason says, 3 young kids here, mini bounce house. Now, that's a good idea.
Mini bounce house.
I imagine, a big bounce house castle, a small version of that. So you get a little bit of the trampoline, but with a little bit more safety.
Of course, you are thinking. Look, I agree. I agree.
Thread that needle.
I thread the needle of jumping with safety and softness and happiness for the children.
Yeah, I might be looking into a mini bounce house now.
Now my mind's opening up. I'm starting to think I'm not doing a good enough job.
Do you have anything for little baby? No, she's not a baby anymore. A little toddler, Brust.
That's what I was just thinking about.
I mean, from the pictures and videos,
she's got nothing. I'm just going to give her a ball and say, figure it out. Kick it, throw it.
Dad, what do I do?
I don't know. That's my answer right now.
You have no plan for the summertime? I mean, it's nice out there. This weekend, next week, looks great. What are you going to do for a little toddler Brust?
I don't know.
It sounds like you need suggestions like I do, and your kids are slightly ahead of mine.
Ryan chimes in, those play sets are an eyesore. Get the pool. Frank on the Carvelous Talking text line. My wife interrupted me in a meeting around 1990. Rummage sales swing set. Green light to buy for $20. We moved it, assembled it, strapped it on top of a camper. Sandbox water tables are also a good idea.
Wow, those are good. Sandbox. What's a water table? What does that mean?
Man, Brad.
Is that like... What is a water table? When I think of water table, I think of like science, where it's like the water table on like land.
This is where Brad is just talking to the audience right now. This is a moment where I can be out of touch, but Brad is out of touch of reality. What a normal family that doesn't have an estate
I also don't know
has
what a water
to do.
table is.
Is that like,
it's just like a stand-up, like 3 foot tall. It's like almost think of like a lazy river around a toy, 3 feet high, and kids can like put their hands in it and like just play with water.
So it's like they're not getting in this. It's like more sensory for your hands.
Yes. You also have a computer to look up kid water table.
That's true. But that was a great description, Ben. I appreciate that.
Take my advice, Brad. Send the kids to Blue Lake for the summer. Everyone wins.
Blue Lake? We got a Blue Lake resident on here?
Apparently.
Wow,
I know all
about Blue Lake.
Man, KBN Nation's coming in. Disc golf baskets beat the hell out of croquet. I agree.
I can't believe
that was
we got
yuppity by Tausch.
A croquet. I envisioned like 1920s in suits doing croquet around like a country club lawn.
I think Appleman in the orchard, who's actually Appleman spraying apples, he's got 2 tractor tires for each of us that we can turn into sandboxes.
Tractor tires?
Dude, he's at the orchard.
You just put like you just fill up sand?
Fill up sand in a tractor tire.
That actually, I feel like that would add some like
that would add some really cool like man.
I feel like I would become more of a man. Like put some hair on my chest.
Like I got a tractor I have a tractor tire in my backyard.
That would be pretty.
And then you could use it as a tire flip when they're older.
Oh, when we're training.
When you're training to be a next NFL punter.
Because I was amazed how much Tausch was trying to think about his kids' athletic development. Hand-eye coordination with croquet, which I'm not sure is actually accurate, but core with a jungle gym. Tausch is thinking about these kids 10 years from now.
Yeah. Strofe,
these are good suggestions,
any Rex, or are you just thinking about the good old days of having a pool?
I'm reflecting.
Oh, my gosh. Please put up your picture of your bloody hand and your SpongeBob floaties on the YouTube stream. As we are live from Third Space Brewing Company, $2 pints if you show up in any baseball gear.
I'm not gonna lie, Strofe. That's pretty cute. That's a pretty cute picture of you. I can get why you're. What'd your mom call you? Boo Boo Kitten.
Boo Boo Kitty, yeah.
Boo Boo Kitty. I could understand why you elicit nicknames. Oh, you're a cute kid.
Yeah, you definitely were cuter and a lot uglier now with this buzz cut.
Look how tough I am in that picture. My hand is bleeding. That's what I was posing for.
A lot tougher.
You have the same level of definition, muscularly.
Make sure you stop by on Thursdays at Third Space Brewing Company. They'll have an Under the Bridge live music series. They have different types of beers. And also, if you're not an alcoholic drinker, you can try the Third Space Brewing Headspace Sparkling Water. You name it, they have it here. Come on into the tap room. They have an event venue for you to enjoy as well. It's Third Space Brewing Company in Milwaukee, and you're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Live from Third Space Brewing Company, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Wear some baseball gear, get $2 off your pints here. We'll be here till 5 o'clock as people are swinging in. It's a great place for you to go after work. Bring some associates, bring some potential clients, and enjoy a nice Third Space Brewing happy place because it really is quite delicious. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. The Carbless Talking text line, and see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, the Brewers and the Cubs. What do you say? What do you say? The Brewers are chasing the Cubs. They're 16-16. Only took 2 of 3 from the White Sox after getting blown out in the first scoreless outing for the Crew after an 8-0 loss yesterday. Brad Nortman, Craig Counsell, Craig Sellout, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
Count Sellout.
You know, last year at this time, if I knew the Cubs were coming into town, I'd say, oh, baby, Craig Counsell better get ready because the Boo Birds are coming out and all of Milwaukee will descend upon you to make you regret that choice to move to that dirty city south of us in Chicago. But you know what? As I saw this game on the calendar, as I'm excited to watch it tonight on Apple TV, which will be fun, change of pace, I was like, you know what? My visceral hate for Craig Counsell, it's just not there anymore. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's, time heals all wounds. But to me,
you're a soft suburban Wisconsinite.
I feel better off. I feel better off without Craig Counsell now. He is a great manager still, but I love this team with Pat Murphy. I like the young core, and we had plenty of success. And yes, the Cubs are out to a strong start this year, favorite to win the division. But last year, my thoughts were consumed with anger for Craig Counsell, but now I'm just like, a year removed, I'm good. I don't have that same, amount of anger I have for him. I'm watching the game tonight, rooting for the Brewers as I always do, and a little bit more because of the hated Chicago Cubs, but Craig Counsell playing a role in it, it just doesn't really move the needle for me anymore. Am I alone in this? Am I alone in being like, you know what? Craig Counsell's kind of an afterthought to me.
I hope Craig Counsell and the Cubs lose every single game that they play.
But specifically because of Craig Counsell or because of the Cubs?
I don't like the Cubs at all. It used to be like, I hope the Cubs don't do well. Now it's because Craig Counsell went to the Cubs. I hope they lose every single baseball game that they play.
Oh, wow. So it's as visceral as for you as it's ever been.
Yes. And to the point now where they are in first place, and I don't want to, be chasing Craig Counsell. Like, I want him to be at the bottom. I want him to be in the dirt. We buried his bobblehead in Craig Counsell Field in Whitefish Bay. I want him in the dirt just like we buried his bobblehead. I don't want to see him have the success. He can have his money. He chose his route, but I'm not going to be sitting here and saying, yeah, I'm totally good, like from a fan perspective, being like, yeah, I hope everything's good over there. I'm obviously happy with Pat Murphy and the Milwaukee Brewers, but I'm not going to, he literally had an opportunity to go down as one of Wisconsin's all-time greatest athletes and icons.
He would be a hero.
And he would be known forever. And when you turn your back on Wisconsin, I'm not just going to be like, it's all good. That would be like you in a year from now and being like, yeah, Tyrese Halliburton. I love when he comes to Milwaukee. I'm really not excited. No, this goes deep. This goes deep. He chose money over Wisconsin. I'm not going to blame him for that, but I'm also going to not just be like, yeah, I'm good with it. I probably do the same thing, but you have to expect how people are going to feel. And if you are going to be soft and be like, I'm over. No, I want the Brewers to win 20-0 every single game. Justin Steele, one of their pitchers, is out for the season. I'm not going to see that. Now I'm getting crazy. I was just going to go for injury there, and I'm saying I'm not going to cry if there's an injury. I'm just going to be like, oh, shucksy doodles.
So you're more of the extent of Brewers' success isn't enough. Craig Counsell and the Cubs suffering needs to be on the table.
But right now the Brewers are behind the Cubs as well.
That's true.
That's why I'm like this is just dumb.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't want to see the Brewers overtake the Cubs and the Cubs to struggle throughout the season. They are the biggest.
It sounds like you are okay if the Cubs are successful with Craig Counsell.
No, not successful with Craig Counsell. I want the Brewers to win the division every year. I want them to beat the Cubs every year. But my main driver to root for the Brewers or my main drivers to root against the Cubs isn't necessarily Craig Counsell anymore. It's for more, I want the Brewers to have the most success. I want them to win the division, and whether it be the Cubs,
trying to thread a needle right now because if the Cubs are doing well, then it hurts the Brewers.
It's not primarily though because of Craig Counsell. I want the Cubs to struggle.
This is a good way to put it. Like Adam chimes in on the Carpless Talking text line. You decide if it's a good way to put it. I wish upon Craig Counsell that he wakes up and smashes his pinky toe in the coffee table on a daily basis.
Oh, now that is something to wish himself on. That's pretty good. That's a good way to put it. You just want there to be enough nagging headaches for Craig Counsell to let him try to live with this decision that he's made.
I hope that I want to bring this up, but I don't know if I can because it's really insensitive. But there's always been curses of the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, here we go.
Dude, it's too sensitive. I can't even bring it up. But I would from real talk, I would legitimately be I feel horrible about what happened in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you saw what happened to the fan.
Oh yeah.
No.
It was absolutely horrendous. There was a fan that fell out of the stands during the middle of a Pirates and Cubs game.
Oh man.
Now, that's got to affect people.
Yes.
That I feel bad about. I didn't want that to happen. If it curses the Chicago Cubs,
for the Chicago Cubs not to have success, I'm tracking you there.
Yeah,
I just when you see Craig Counsell, right? When you see him in a Cubs uniform, when I saw him last year, outside of everything about being a Brewers fan and hating the Cubs because they are the Cubs, I had this inner angst, this inner anger pop up. But now when I see him in a Cubs uniform, I'm just like, whatever. He's more of nothing to me now, more than he is oh, Craig Counsell, I can't believe you. I've gotten to that point.
Ron in the Key chimes in. I hope Craig Counsell has to walk in on a coworker that didn't lock the bathroom door every day.
That's too soon, Ron in the Key. Too soon. Don't wish that about anybody.
Yeah, that happened to Brad Nortman. For those who missed it, listen back on the ESPN Wisconsin app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah, is it soft? Do Brewer fans agree with me? Are they over Craig Counsell and they just sort of nothing him, or is that hate and anger as strong as ever? I'd be curious because I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like I'm. Strofe, how about you? Are you on Team Ben or Team Brad?
I hope the Cubs go 0-162 every season, no matter who the manager is.
That's more. I guess that's closer to where I am.
Closer to Brad.
So does
that
Craig
that was as politically correct as he could have answered that question.
With Craig Counsell, go 0-172.
There we go.
Not sure how that's.
They lose every spring training game.
Yeah. They smell no success.
I don't like traitors.
Okay.
That's the end of the sentence.
There's nothing more there?
I don't like traitors. Yeah, there's nothing more. Why would there be anything more than
I didn't know if you were going to elaborate.
I hate him.
How about this one? Who is more public enemy number one? Ben Johnson in Chicago or Craig Counsell for the Cubs? Because Ben Johnson took shots at Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, but
he's
a nothing until he's
But
something.
Ben Johnson stabbed us in the front, Brad. Craig Counsell stabbed us in the back.
That's kind of powerful.
That's very powerful,
That's
Stroh.
pretty powerful.
You know
That's
me,
powerful.
you know me, poetic guy.
Very poetic.
Fella.
I'd say it's a good time to make somebody's day, because as we're at Third Space Brewing Company, when you hear beer, you also think what, Brad? Pizza. Score big on savings at Woodman's with $5.99 Screaming Sicilians, and there's no limit, so it's a great time to stock up on your favorites. And it is a Frozen Pizza Friday at the Brust household. I'll be stopping at my local Woodman's. I'll be stocking up on all the Screaming Sicilians. And then tonight, we put it in the oven, and we enjoy the deliciousness of Screaming Sicilian pizza from Palermo's. So, let's be caller 12 for a Screaming Sicilian prize pack, a Frozen Pizza Friday prize pack, 800-990-3776. If you are caller 12, then you will win a wonderful prize from Palermo's Pizza. It is Frozen Pizza Friday. There's no way to enjoy it than just go into your local grocer's freezer. Don't want to cook, don't want to clean. I think the fiance and the baby are stopping by to Third Space Brewing Company. So after that, we're going to be in a rush to feed her, and then I'll take care of the rest of not cooking, not cleaning, making sure that pizza's cooked perfectly from Palermo's. Caller 12, 800-990-3776. More next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I'm not Mr. Education. I think that's very clear.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not anti-education. I'm not very educated. And is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Capitol Drive, starting off with an accident. The left lane is blocked right at 110th Street, just before you get to the freeway. So watch out for that. Onto the freeway, though, we do see some delays, pretty hefty ones, from just before Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol. Northbound's going to be slow from Watertown Plank Road up past Capitol Drive. And then on southbound 43, backing up from Keith down through the Marquette. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy with slight chance of showers, a low of 39. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers early, then afternoon sunshine, a high of 49 at the lake, 56 inland. Weather's brought to you by Lake Lawn Resorts. Summer is around the corner. Get ready for boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on serene Delavan Lake. Make the most of the season at Lake Lawn Resort. Book your adventure today at lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Betty Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Spring is here, and your local IKEA is rolling out the savings outdoors for their annual sidewalk sale. This is Ben Brust. Come see us, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live from IKEA in Oak Creek on Friday, May 9th from 2 to 5 p.m. We'll be on site with ESPN Milwaukee and taking in all the deals. A wide variety of furniture and home furnishing accessories at big discounts. IKEA's annual sidewalk sale runs May 9th through the 26th. Come see KBN on site this Friday at IKEA in Oak Creek for the kickoff of their annual sidewalk sale.
Bev Anderson has a big idea she wants to share.
Bev has been here for 24 years.
Hi, Bev. We're anxious to hear your idea.
Kessler's is 45 years old this year. Monica, remember when your dad used to say in every radio ad, "I'm Richard Kessler, and I want to be your jeweler"?
I never got to hear that.
Yeah, and then Rick would say,
Kessler's Diamonds, inconveniently located on Appleton Avenue, Menominee Falls.
Inconveniently?
Richard said it was inconvenient for people to have to drive all the way to Menominee Falls, so he might as well admit it.
Bev, tell us your idea.
Richard said something else in almost every ad, and I think we should start saying it again because it's really important.
Tell us.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
I love that.
Fantastic idea, Bev.
Kessler's Diamonds.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location nearest you, visit Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
At
Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless. Another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
The I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, I could see you were with me, but you were with another man, yeah. I know we ain't got much to say.
Live from Third Space Brewing Company, it is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. They got a production brewery here, a tap room, and an event venue with fresh beer on tap every single day. Stop on by right now. I do wish Josh DiMaggio was still here because this was a great text message on the Carbless Talk and text line. As I've been telling people to stop by with their baseball gear, and they will get $2 off of their pints that they order. I got a Josh DiMaggio fan club in here. As somebody had said, and I missed it. Did you delete this, Strofe? Am I going crazy here?
I don't know what you're referring to.
There it is. Kyle chimes in on the 920. I'm going to bring a client there with my work friend and then tell my work friend that he isn't invited to the wedding. Do you think that will go well?
Oh, wow.
That is exactly how Josh DiMaggio got not invited to my wedding, and I feel like a jerk. And he's just like, you know what Josh DiMaggio's doing real quick?
What's he doing?
He's being such a bigger person about it that it's making me feel worse every day. And if that was his intent, he's rightfully so to do it, and he's doing a phenomenal job with it. He just won $1,000 today. He's showing up to our remote broadcast with no spite, a great smile on his face, and I did him dirty. And he is killing me with kindness, and it is killing me inside that the kindness is killing me.
Think about that. I mean, he has been unwavering in his general joyful mood, and he's been, just all the things.
He's got the laugh.
Yeah, I mean, he comes out as the good guy in all of this, and the farther it goes on, he goes from good to great.
Great guy.
Good to great.
I mean,
as if he could further.
It's unbelievable. With that, let's send it to producer of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman that I'm sure I'll wrong at some point in my life as well. Let's go to Alex Strofe for Becoming Relevant.
Acting like you haven't already.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Oh, that's so good. One more time. Yeah!
Yeah!
Front page, ESPN.com today, quote, "Let's all settle down about Belichick's girlfriend," end quote. If you weren't already aware, all week, Bill Belichick and 24-year-old girlfriend Jordan Hudson trending because apparently, according to CBS, during CBS's interview with Bill Belichick last week, she was a, quote, "constant presence," end quote, shutting down questions about how they met, etc. Are you both as fascinated about this age gap as I am?
It's not only the age gap, it's the seemingly personalities. Like, for instance, not to judge, but if Pete Carroll and this girl, that, he seems like he's an energetic, social, okay, I can kind of get how he might be into nothing against Pete Carroll. But Bill Belichick is the most plain, by the book, curmudgeon-y type of coach. That's all I ever heard about. All I ever heard in the NFL locker rooms is that he's a pain, he's a jerk, he's exactly what he's like on there. Great coach, but not joyful at all. And now he's hanging out with a 24-year-old girl that's who
are you? Who are we to judge? How do we not know that he is smiling more and less curmudgeon-y every day that he spends with her?
He sure seems to be. It's just, I would have never, a bet down 10 years ago, Bill Belichick would be plus 20,000. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
As far as odds making?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have never expected it. It's wild.
I mean, Brad, come on, man. This isn't the first time we've seen someone with a lot of money, success, and power date somebody 50 years old or younger than them.
Yeah, it's true, but Bill Belichick, it's crazy to me. My mind can't compute. Every time I see them together, I'm like, in what world are we living in? It's crazy. And Bill Belichick was a guy that would keep work and personal life separate. Apparently,
this is blended.
This is blended. She's CC'd on all the emails. She's part of interviews. I mean, she has lovingly wormed her way into the coaching role. Lovingly wormed her way in.
I don't know if
seemingly
lovingly is
a
the
role.
word you're looking for.
Well, it depends on your definition of lovingly.
Yes, that can be taken many ways.
All right, so what's I know we're all happily taken. It's the biggest age gap you do. Let's go upward though. Older than you.
Biggest age gap. So I'm currently 35 and
Yes.
doing it in today. I don't know. I guess I'd go 10 years up. 45. If I wasn't married to my sweet wife.
Yeah, no, I'm fine answering this question.
We're
just trying to be
reality for a moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to be respectful. It's hard to get me out of reality, right?
Yes.
Because I have a daughter. I would like to have
my wife's
future children as well, so I can't go too far, but I'm not trying to be insensitive because this is a natural part of life's body cycles.
Okay,
you see where I'm going here? So
it's very logical.
42?
Start working immediately.
How old are you?
33.
Okay, so 9 years is your answer? Yeah, I think I'm a 10-year guy as well.
I think I'd go 10 up.
What's the?
I think I'd rather do. I'm actually thinking.
Yeah.
Can I ask the real question?
Sure, as long as you take ownership if this sends us in a bad place.
It might.
Then don't ask it.
I kind of got to ask it, though. If you were in Belichick's shoes, you're probably doing the same thing, right?
Well,
if my lovely fiance
if
is not in this world, or if I'm Bill Belichick, if I'm Bill Belichick, yes.
He's unmarried.
Yes.
He's
I said
70
if you were Bill
years
Belichick.
Yes. If I'm Bill Belichick, yes.
My NFL career is over. I'm coaching college football. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Strope, you're such a jerk for putting us in the spot.
That was my favorite thing.
We're just like a bunch of dudes putting ourselves in Bill Belichick shoes.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell just happened right now?
The hardest part is putting myself legitimately in Bill Belichick's shoes.
It's not easy.
To be 71,
does she wipe his butt? Like, is you know what I mean? Like, is he getting towards that stage of life? Is she going to be around for that? That's when we'll know if it's lovingly.
I should hope that she's willing to put in her dues.
Also, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how it came up, but yesterday on the long drive to Madison with my fiance, and we're about to get married, she said, I don't know how we got to the age of needing assistance.
Okay.
She said, I'm never going to want to wipe your butt.
Oh, she just said that straight up?
If I was 80.
I thought this was for better or for worse.
That's what I thought too. And she goes, that's where I draw the line.
Oh my goodness. So she's going to basically.
I made her feel horrible.
Someone's going to have to wipe your butt.
Yeah, I was like, I would wipe your butt.
Have to do it.
So who's going to do it? Don't ask your kids to do it.
Isn't that what?
It's time for one of our favorite games. As we wrap up Becoming Relevant, I'm totally flipping the script here. I got to get you out of whatever bad situation you were about to get yourself in. It is time to play Real Kentucky Derby Horse or Fake Kentucky Derby Horse.
Oh,
wait. This should be a full segment.
Yeah, I feel like this should be a full segment.
I don't know if I have enough.
We only have like 2 minutes left.
Benny, your call.
Hit us with it. Hit us with it.
We'll go long.
Hit us with it.
Let's start with this one. Harry Trotter. Is that a real Kentucky Derby horse or a fake Kentucky Derby horse?
That's got to be fake. There's no way someone's naming a horse Harry Trotter.
Dude, I've seen a lot of horses. This could be true, but I think this one's false.
If it's true, it's brilliant.
You guys are correct. It's fake. I made that up.
It is like National Harry Potter Day, though. Shout out to all the nerds like myself.
Hey, I love me some Harry Potter.
How about Sandman? Sandman.
I like Sandman. Sandman could get. I feel like Sandman gets you pretty good odds too. I think that's a horse.
I think I've heard of Sandman. This is a yes.
You guys are good at this. How about Usain Colt?
Strove, that is so good. It is so fake that it's so good. I could tell by the way that you read it that it's not a real horse.
Yeah,
tell me I'm spot on here.
I'm with Ben.
Brad, you say it's fake as well?
I gotta say it's fake.
You guys are right. It's fake.
Well, it's the way that you read it. And it's like taking me to a place where I'm really...
Usain Colt.
What is this from? It's from a TV show or a movie where like they like enunciate it and you're like, this is crazy.
Oh, it's a real horse. It's just a horse that's never participated in the Kentucky Derby.
Usain Colt is a real horse?
Yes.
Come on.
I'm serious.
That's such a good name.
It's amazing.
You know what? I made these too obvious, I think. Should I just give you the rest of the bad ones?
No. I want you to enunciate all of them.
All right, how about this one? Journalism. Is that a real or fake horse?
I almost don't believe Strofe will come up with this as fake, though.
It's a mind game now.
Yeah, it is. Now I'm in the mind of Alex Strofe. We know the creativity that he's poured out on Harry Trotter and Usain
But those
Colt.
are real horses. They're just not in the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, no, Harry Trotter's not a real horse.
But Usain Colt is.
Usain Colt is a real horse.
To then go to journalism, thinking that was something that's Strofe, unless he's taking a shot at you for Big J journalism, for breaking the...
Man, you are in a mental wild spot.
I'm deep in the weeds. I'm going to go... I'm going to go real.
It is real. I saw that journalism is a horse.
Okay. Journalism is real. Journalism is the betting favorite this week.
I feel like...
Fun fact, betting favorite has not won the Kentucky Derby since 2018.
Oh, wow. Now, that's where...
Don't bet journalism, everybody.
I feel like horse names should be at least more creative than that.
I agree. It's too boring of a name to win the Derby.
How about Owen Almighty? Owen Almighty.
You laugh. This is fake.
Is this like, I don't know. Owen Almighty. It's got to be fake. Owen Almighty.
Owen Almighty, real 30-1 odds tomorrow in the Kentucky Derby. How about this one? Pony Soprano.
Come on, dude.
These are brilliant.
You're Jesse Nelson today.
Pony Soprano.
That's so good.
That is so good.
It's so fake, but it's so good.
Fake. I'll tell you what, these Derby horses have their work cut out for them to name them this good.
All right.
Fake.
A few more. Flying.
Thad Bortman.
Flying Mohawk.
Oh, I like that. I bet you that's real.
I did not hear of this one. I don't even think that's that funny. I'm going to go real.
That's super funny. Horses have mohawks.
They do have mohawks.
Flying Mohawk in the 11 stall. Flying Mohawk's odds 30-1. All right, last one for you. Walk of shame.
I can't believe you would curse your horse.
Oh, I know what we're doing right now. I finally figured it out.
I'm going to go with fake because there's no way you would.
Fake as well. You don't want walk of shame.
A championship horse. You're basically setting him up for failure.
So, but you get the pun?
Yes.
Because horses walk?
Yes.
They also run.
They also run. Stroke. You're getting compliments on the text line, and now it's going to go south because you took it too far, as you always do. Well, this reminded me of one of my favorite games they play on Impractical Jokers, when they have to read off names written by the other jokers at like a reception place, trying to get people to check in.
Oh.
And when Strofe did Usain Colt, it reminded me how they enunciate like Minty Hummer, just making up names. So Strofe, I love you. That was brilliant.
Well done,
I love you. I love
well
you too,
done.
Ben. And may I say, as I know you are a big Star Wars fan, may the horse be with you.
Horse be with you. I could have saw that pun coming from 10 miles away. Just about 10 miles away from me is the New Berlin Princeton Club, but you can check out any of the Princeton clubs. You have 8 Madison locations, New Berlin. You can find your better tomorrow. No goal is too small or too big. Simply just get started on your fitness journey, and you will find your better tomorrow. It is amazing to go into a club and then see the environment, the child care that they provide, with free child care that they provide. I mean, free child care. Are you kidding me? You drop off a kid and have wonderful people helping take care of your child so you can work out. Take advantage of that, and you should too. Check out the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. Alex Strofe, great job. This doesn't mean you get to take the rest of the show off, because I know that's what you want to do.
That was so good.
But I'm proud of you. Live from Third Space Brewing Company. More next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Thing has ever happened to you from a breakup?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast, but
why not? They're old shorties.
I've had
old shorties.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with, that they son been a part of.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We still got some issues on westbound Capitol Drive. Just before you get to the freeway, the left lane blocked with an accident. So that is going to be affecting your ride. So you want to be extra careful as you're heading through there. We've also got some delays, though, on southbound 41 itself from about 145 all the way down past Capitol Drive. Northbound side's backing up from just north of Wisconsin Avenue all the way up to Burleigh. We've got southbound 43 hitting the brakes at Capitol Drive, and then it'll take you all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Northbound slowing down out of the Marquette up to Keith. And westbound 94, you got backups from about 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers, a low of 39. Tomorrow, a slight chance for showers early, then afternoon sunshine, a high of 49 at the lake, 56 inland. Weather's brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at Club Paragon Greenfield, Deer Camp Milwaukee, Kelly's Bleachers Big Bend, New Berlin Ale House, and Stenny's Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Harry Douglas.
There was no excitement like I seen with other draft picks that they had acquired and picked during the NFL draft. But I will say this, when it comes to Shedeur Sanders being in Cleveland, it is the best situation because we know their quarterback position is not secured and sold up. The head scratcher is when they also take Dylan Gabriel in the third round. And I'm thinking about a Kevin Stefanski offense, and I was confused. Like, I really am. And a lot of people say it's a good thing to have that many quarterbacks. Well, you still have Deshaun Watson. You have Joe Flacco. You also have Kenny Pickett that you acquired. You have Dylan Gabriel, and now Shedeur Sanders. And someone said competition. If you have to have 5 quarterbacks competing for a starting job, that tells me as a front office, you don't know how to judge the position correctly.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Trip Light Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Trip Light by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplight.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's game time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year, I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and H&R benefits consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Everybody says, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Live from Third Space Brewing Company, Milwaukee's happy place. It's good to know if you're in Madison listening right now, that's a great place to stop by as well. They have a production brewery, a tap room, and event venue with fresh beer on tap every day, and stop by on Thursdays for this summer's Under the Bridge live music series featuring different local bands and food trucks. They have it all here at Third Space Brewing Company. Check it out. We are Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with no Kyle Wallace. It's been a week full of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Don't miss him at all. I'm just kidding. I do miss his one-liners.
His one-liners,
or just his reactions.
Yeah, he's living his best life right now with baby girl, and I'm sure they'll come back with stories. Thinking about Kyle,
Kyle traveling.
He is so particular. He's so reactive. Could you imagine?
He's going to be the oldest curmudgeon.
Yes. Like flying an airplane in a hotel, logistically speaking, with Kyle Wallace, it would just be like there would be reactions daily.
So this man is coming up on 94.5 ESPN at 5 o'clock on the Homer Hour. His name is Steve the Homer True. He tweeted 8 hours ago. First thing I do when I open up my eyes, I rub them. Daughter comes in, lay with her, and then she's ready to get up and move around. I turn over, look at my phone, I go on Twitter. And I see this from at ESPN Homer. I will take Doncic for Giannis. Don't care how fat he is.
He's had a great week on Twitter.
Oh, my gosh.
It's so funny, but it's
Homer.
First off, it's so wrong. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Not the fat part. I'm not saying the fat part's wrong. No, that part is wrong, too. Yeah. It's wrong. I don't want him if he's fatter. I literally today sent highlights to somebody of Luka, of skinny Luka, before he started discovering American food. Could you imagine Luka in Wisconsin?
No, oh my gosh. Especially in the wintertime?
He would fall in love with everything that we fall in love in, and clearly he doesn't have the metabolism while playing 82 NBA games to keep off the weight.
Could you imagine?
Actually, take back. Michael Finley did it. He tried to do a service to Luka. I thought it was like, let him have fun. But he's gone the wrong way ever since he tried taking the beer away.
That's true. Luka said, take away my beer. I'll show you a thing or two. I'll show you how I treat my body. Could you imagine trading Giannis, who's basically sculpted like a Greek god?
Literally to the opposite degree of what an NBA player puts in terms of. I listened to the analysis show where Giannis is talking about. Check it out on ESPN's Wisconsin's app, and check out the analysis show on podcast where Giannis sat down with TA. Literally went through his entire recovery. not to the in-depth because he doesn't want to give away his secrets.
Yeah.
But the amount of stuff and hours and time that he gives to his body. You're telling me that Homer wants Luka versus the guy that is like literally the Terminator of basketball?
I mean, Luka's amazing, but he looks like he would be at like the local YMCA schooling guys, right? He doesn't look like an NBA player. Now, he is objectively great, but I don't want to trade Giannis at all. But to trade Giannis for someone whose adjective we're using for him is fat, that is the exact opposite of what I think that they should be doing. So, Homer, listen, I know you're trying to look for solutions. You have been pretty clear that you think Giannis is likely going to go the other direction. But as you put it, fat Luka, can't have that. Can't have it.
Did you see what happened with Homer on Twitter the other day?
No.
Enlighten me.
Him on Twitter is incredible, by the way.
Him on Twitter is incredible. After the Bucks lost on, what night was that, Tuesday night? Doug Gottlieb, the men's basketball coach.
Oh, my God. It was an unnecessary but amazing takeout.
Doug Gottlieb tweeted, that is as devastating as a loss as I have ever seen in sports by the Bucks. Up 7:40 seconds to go. Homer quote tweeted that and said, and you have certainly seen a ton of losses recently.
I don't even know if Homer's in his brain, I think he's just stating facts. I don't think he's trying to roast the guy.
I feel
no.
You
know what I mean, Strofe? I think he genuinely is yeah, this guy's seen a lot of losses. He's an expert on this one.
Yeah, he's almost giving him credit for knowing bad losses.
Yes, he's giving him credit for his tweets. He's like, I stand by this. If anyone knows losses, it's the guy that lost all the time.
It's Dougie G. He gets it. Homer's like, this says a lot about how bad it was.
Yes.
Homer is so interesting on Twitter because it's the same thing with text messages or emails. Tone is so hard to read. And with Homer on Twitter, I can never quite nail down his tone.
I can't get his tone.
I can't get his tone.
We see him every day. We talk to him every day. I can't figure out his tone on social media.
And it's hilarious. I mean, because
you can interpret it 30 different ways.
And Homer's all tone. When he's on the air, I mean, he's all tone. He's all excitement. His delivery is unbelievable.
But I can't imagine he was probably yeah, this guy knows a lot about losses. He's great,
Yeah, totally.
That's not how the tone reads.
Oh, my gosh. Homer is just out sniping people. And Homer, no problem picking or engaging with a fight on Twitter, too. No problem.
When they swear at me, just quotes these and says thanks and moves on.
Thanks.
That's who's coming up at 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN. I just did want to bring up the fat Luka tweet and then forgot about him dunking on Doug Gottlieb, not even knowing if he was dunking on him or not.
What is
there's a limit though. He can't just he can't be the guy from And One.
Who's that?
You know what I'm talking about, Strofe?
Yeah. Cadillac.
Oh, is this
Cadillac.
And One mixtape?
Yeah, it can't be that big.
By the way, And One mixtapes, when those were hot, I thought those were the coolest thing on planet Earth. Those were unbelievable.
Because they were.
They
were
really
cool.
were. They really were cool.
Well, there you have it.
Homer.
I look forward to the odds of the Bucks to keep Giannis. I don't know if
is that going to be
Potawatomi Casino protects itself from those risky can't control bets where you it's inside information.
Yeah.
They stay out of those, and I like that they stay out of those. But regardless, it is your place to go for all things betting and watching sports. It's funny. I was just thinking to myself, I just want a day to go when obviously the NBA playoffs end in the finals end in June. There's no football. I love baseball. I can't wait for a day where there's going to be an 11 o'clock, a 12 o'clock, 3 1 o'clocks, 2 3 o'clocks, 2 5 o'clocks, 2 7 o'clocks, 2 8:40s, and I'm there watching every single baseball game at Potawatomi Sportsbook because they will have every baseball game up, and I want it on the big screens with sound. Obviously, if the Brewers are on, that will be number one on my list, but I want a day where I can just indulge in all things baseball with my buddies. So, if you have that vision, or you just want to enjoy good food, good time, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is the place for you. Paysbig.com/sportsbook. Build your bet there. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion and then take you into the 414 hour at 4 right here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And make sure everyone's tuning in when we do this, because y'all's faces are going to be like, it better be sweet.
If you think I'm going to act like that for oatmeal, you're outside your damn
You've never
mind.
had Brad Nortman's oatmeal.
It's not Quaker, is it? Chocolate chip pancakes with butter
organic.
and syrup that make me go, oh, baby, oatmeal ain't going to do that.
You'll be surprised. I'm going to do a variety.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You remember the moments from that magical March.
Side Decker. It's a three. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe, a special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky. The drop stab. That's his favorite. And the two.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
The I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
Beat the tariffs. This month at Cunis. Get your tariff-free car, truck, or SUV before they're gone. All current in-stock new vehicles are not affected. Plus, take advantage of employee pricing and huge manufacturer discounts on select brands and models. Shop from over 2,800 cars, trucks, and SUVs group-wide from 18 new vehicle brands. Our loan experts will work to get you our best interest rate possible. And our Fresh Start financing program can help you get approved regardless of your credit. Plus, you're covered by our lifetime no-fear powertrain warranty, included with qualified new and pre-owned vehicle purchases. Visit your local Cunis dealership today for your tariff-free vehicle while they last. But don't wait, because once they're gone, they're gone. With over 30 locations across the Midwest, there's sure to be a Cunis location near you. Start your search online at shopcunis.com. That's shopkunes.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so that you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Did you know Minnesota has more shoreline than California, Florida, and Hawaii combined? There are lakes, and then there are Minnesota lakes. In the land of 10,000 lakes, endless possibilities await. Start planning an angler's getaway to catch a coveted walleye or river trout, or dive into the best paddling in the country. Discover why in Minnesota lakes aren't just a destination, they're a way of life. Start planning your next adventure by visiting exploreminnesota.com. That's exploreminnesota.com.
Are you dreaming about summer in your backyard yet? Landworks handles projects of all sizes. From a cozy pocket patio lush with greenery to a grand outdoor hosting space and everything in between. Locally owned and operated, Landworks prides themselves on exceptional customer service and a personal approach to all of your landscaping needs. The Landworks team of experts will work closely with you, making your property shine all year. Experience the Landworks difference. Visit landworkswisconsin.com. That's landworkswisconsin.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I want to take me to Funky Town. Won't you take me to
We are live from Third Space Brewing Company in Milwaukee, and if you're in Madison or Beaver Dam or wherever you're listening, it's a great place in Milwaukee for you to stop by and enjoy the tap room. Now, this on Twitter from Zach Cruz. Matthew Golden on wearing jersey number 22. To me, it's just a jersey number. I'm still going to go out there and get open.
Oh, my gosh. I love that.
I know.
Well, I also recall when him and Ted McMillan were pre-draft.
Yes.
And remember we were
Strofe, I don't know if you have your audio handily available, but you asked both Ted McMillan and Matthew Golden the same question about what it would be like if they were drafted by Green Bay. And I'm not going to lie, Brad and I were more impressed with Matthew Golden's answer than Ted McMillan's. You can talk to me. I just was curious.
Not your first time in Green Bay. You took a top 30 visit with the Packers. What's it like being back, and how was that?
Yeah, definitely feel like home, somewhere I can see myself, Any organization that's getting me, you definitely getting a true dog, a true competitor. Somebody that got a chip on their shoulder like they got something to prove, so.
Sign me up. Strofe, that might be the best thing you've ever done.
Yes.
Because I think that if he turns out to be something, will be the moment when, look, we're not draft experts. I will be very clear. Yeah. Something I don't do is like
know that about you.
Yeah, I'm not an NFL draft expert.
We're not watching the film.
I mean, I'll watch a little bit, but it's not enough to be like, yes, take this person or this person. I'm not in the interviews with the Packers when they meet with players if they do a visit. I'm not at the combine.
I don't think you need to explain this to us. We know.
All I'm saying is, when we were deciding which wide receiver we liked most, I was so enthralled by that audio. Yeah. I loved it so much because I was like, first off, he's got an attitude. Second off, it's like a hungry attitude. It's not like a cocky attitude. It's a hungry attitude. You're gonna get like a competitor. Not like he's not acting like I'm gonna step in day one and be this. It's like you're gonna get somebody who's hungry and wants it, who's a dog. And Tedero McMillan was like, I think he was more on the lines of, yeah, it'd be great, ha ha ha. Yeah. Like it was more like lax, like this is great, I'm getting drafted. This man wants
spent some time here in Green Bay a couple weeks ago. What was that like?
Oh yeah, I mean it was good vibes. I immediately came to the facility and they showed me nothing but love. So
good vibes.
Get that good vibes out of here. I don't want good vibes. I want a competitor.
Yeah, I mean when you listen to that Golden sound clip, a dog, a competitor, chip on my shoulder. There's a lot of talent across college and across the NFL, and I think there's maybe. If you don't already know, some people are dogs, some people love the game of football, other people don't. Other people just view it as like, hey, I'm just getting my check, and I'm just going to do the best I can. You can't teach or coach that mentality, right? You either have it or you don't. And I don't know anything about Ted McMillan, and maybe he does, but what I do know is when I hear that out of a guy like Matthew Golden, who's like, it feels like home, but wherever I go, they're going to get a dog, a competitor, someone with their chip on their shoulder. That's something that you can't be taught. It's something that you can't be convinced of. You either have that or you don't. And the Green Bay Packers, man, let's be honest, they kind of lack that a little bit, right? I mean, they lack somebody who's just a gritty dude.
Let's talk about the wide receiver position, right? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, but I mean the team in general, but wide receiver position.
Well, I mean like Josh Jacobs is a dog.
Yeah, it's from
Josh
Boston.
Jacobs. Josh is a pounder.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty good.
That was really good. Josh can pound a rock.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I'm not the Rock's a little bit like Sean Connery.
Yeah. And all I know is if I start an accent, next thing I know it's going to be Borat.
Yeah, it's the evolution. It's bound to happen. But it
is very nice. They're at Third Space Brewing Company. I don't know if they want. I don't know if Third Space wants me to talk about a happy place in Borat accent. But yes, the Damn Sports Show is next in Beaver Dam. Jim, Matt, and Molly in Madison. Brad Nortman, Ben Brust, no Kyle Wallace, with Alex Strofe running the show. We're with you until 5 o'clock, leading you up to the Homer Hour. But gosh, I love that Matthew Golden audio from Strofe and his mentality today talking to the media with rookie minicamp. We're coming up next in 2 short minutes on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. See you soon.
Give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool.
Northbound Offseason
41 backing up from about Wisconsin Avenue all the way up to about Hampton. Southbound is slowing down from just before Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94, you're seeing delays from 76th Street through the stadium. The westbound side slow from 25th all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound on 894, backing up from Beloit Road down and around the Hale onto 894 eastbound past Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by Third Ward Beer Garden. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies with a slight chance for showers, a low of 39. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers early, then afternoon sunshine, a high of 49 at the lake, 56 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, Wisconsin sports fans, come join Kyle, Brust, and Nortman live at Third Space Brewing, Milwaukee's happy place on Friday, May 2nd. And if you show up in your Wisconsin baseball gear, you'll get $2 off pints during the show. Sip on fresh brews like Happy Place Midwest Pale Ale, grab some food, and hang with the crew. Stick around for Under the Bridge Thursdays with live local bands, food trucks, and good vibes. Not drinking? Try Headspace Sparkling Water by Third Space, infused with hops, fruit, and hemp-derived THC. Catch ESPN Milwaukee live at Third Space Brewing just west of downtown Milwaukee on Friday, May 2nd.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's Dame time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and H&R benefits consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We making noise.
It's the Foe
Hour
at Foe.
What are you doing,
Oh,
Stroh?
no.
I thought
On
we were oh, wait. That's right. We're not done.
KBN. Yeah. What a bad.
Bad by me.
Actually, you know what? Idea by Stroh. Cut it for Kyle. Play it for him on Monday. He will be so embarrassed of what we did. He will actually probably want to walk out of the show. Since this is how we represented him.
He'll throw his headsets off and get, come on, man.
Come on, man. I leave for 1 week and you disrespect the foe and foe like that. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace. He'll be back on Monday, I believe. Alex Stroh running the show. You, KBN Nation, at 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talking text line. I see somebody coming in some baseball gear to get $2 off their pints from the parking lot. Smart person, you can do that too at Third Space Brewing Company, where we're at in Milwaukee. You wear some baseball gear and you're getting $2 off your pint here at Third Space Brewing Company. Now, I have to do this for a company reason. I also need to do it because I think you have to do it soon to fly within domestically in the United States. Don't you need something on your license now?
Yeah, the real ID.
When's the best time to go to the DMV?
Wait. Hold on. Before we get into that, they have been preparing the real ID rollout for legitimately 4 years.
It feels like it's been like are you shocked that this?
I remember looking at.
You probably did it the first day it was available.
Of course, I looked into it the minute I was at the airport, and it said "Real ID need to have." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have this on my ID." And then
I've been going to the airport with like the non-real ID forever now, and I've been so lucky that they just kept pushing it back.
So the saving grace for us is when we moved back here, we changed from Florida to Wisconsin driver's license, so that did it automatically. But I literally saw that 4 years ago. I was like, I need to change my ID. I need to change it. But meanwhile, it was a 4-year runway. You're waiting till 4 days. It's in 5 days. The 7th.
And I fly on the 15th, I think.
Oh, my gosh. You didn't tell me this is why you're going to the DMV. That makes me so upset.
I'm flying. I'm going to Hilton Head for a wedding.
Why do you wait until the very last minute? It makes no sense to me.
Brad, not all of us, just like eat oatmeal in the morning and,
change their real ID 4 years in advance?
Yeah, like it's just like...
I suppose you're one extreme on the other extreme.
Am I not going to figure it out, or are we going to figure it out?
I could
Brewers!
not. Go Brewers! We got some Brewer fans right here.
Brewers! I'm not going to scream at third space out of respect to them.
I guess I'm one extreme, you're the other. I'm still processing this.
Yeah, you are literally in shock. It's going to be okay, Brad. I'm going to get my ID.
Okay, anyway, DMV.
Is there a good time to go to the DMV? My plan is to go Saturday morning. It opens at 8:30. Is that a good plan?
I feel like the opening minute is the way to go because you're bound to get caught in a line if you don't. Saturday would scare me, though. Saturday in general would scare me because I feel like that's when everyone who works like you are going to have to go and take care of their ID. So if there's anything that sets you back, if there's traffic, if baby's having a tough morning, if you show up at 9:30, I think you're in a world of hurt.
I actually don't mind the DMV.
Really?
I think it's an enjoyable experience.
What's enjoyable about it?
If you go in the mindset of like, these people may not want to be here. Just make the most of it, man. Like, brighten their day. Like, I come in all chipper, and even if they're mean, I'm saying, I'm just happy to be there, man.
I guess most people walk in with a bad attitude.
You walk in a bad attitude, you're going to get a bad attitude back.
That's true. I bet you the workers behind the desk have a way to, sorry, it's going to be a prolonged wait. If you kind of come in with a bad attitude, I would do that. If I was at the DMV and someone came in mean, I'd be like, oh, sorry, your wait has just increased by an hour.
I don't want to read this one out loud, but Michael chimes in on the 262. Tell Ben to go to the DMV in blank. There's literally no line there.
Oh,
but
inside.
But it's far.
How far?
25 minutes far.
And the DMV that you're going to is how far? Like, normally it's
10, 15 minutes maybe.
I'll tell you what, boys. I know we're not on in Madison, but Ben, if you're heading to Madison anytime soon, the DMV on the east side of Madison is the nicest DMV in the United States of America.
Wow.
No lines, beautiful, smells nice. The people are actually lovely.
Interesting.
People at the DMV are
a long way away,
crabby, which I don't blame them, but
yeah.
I don't mind the DMV. I feel like I would rather go to the DMV than go to. What do you have to wait for things?
The post office you can often wait for.
I kind of love the post office.
You're a big you're a patriot.
I'm just a patriot, man.
I love the systems
want to be an organ donor. I just want to get some stamps, man. What else do people hate?
Hate waiting on, or just the experience in general?
Yeah, the experience. Let's
I don't
get a
know.
positive out of this.
To me, a grocery store experience can go one of two ways.
I love the grocery store.
I like a grocery store, but I got a list, and I hit the list like I'm a Navy SEAL. Like I go right to the area, then I go to the next one. I try to minimize my time there. There's no extra. I'm not walking down aisles. I'm not looking for a frivolous purchase. So
I love when there's obstacles in my way of the grocery store.
You like that?
Yes, because I'm like, oh, this area is backed up. I'm gonna jet to the other side, get everything over there, come back, and it's gonna be ready to go for me. Like,
so you go around the aisle, or you go through the congested aisle?
Oh, I'm going through, around, above, jumping over. Like, I cannot stand when I tell my fiance to go to the grocery store because what takes her an hour takes me 20 minutes.
Well, I do pride myself on a quick grocery store run.
I don't want to be in there long.
Yeah. But you had to be a tactician to do that. You must be like me then, where you go right to the items. You go in with a list, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Strofe, do you go to a grocery store with a list, or do you just pander through the aisle?
He's a willy-nilly.
No, I'll tell you what. I'm typically a willy-nillyer, but a couple weeks ago, Couple weeks ago, I made a list, and it was the most efficient shopping trip I've ever made. So I am officially graduated to a list guy.
Let's go to Mike in Franklin. He is the king of the royal family in Franklin. You're up on the Carbless Talk and Text line, Mike.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Good.
You still, I feel like you have not been winning as many prizes on ESPN Wisconsin.
No, I'm taking a little break. I got to work once in a while. But, hey, Ben, I wanted to let you know I heard your last little segment there. Don't think you're just going to go into the DMV and get your real ID in like 5 minutes. Because my daughter had a situation where I kept pushing her to hurry up and get. I'm more like Brad. Be organized, get your ducks in a row, and and I pushing her. Finally, she went in for it, and it took her to send it to her in the mail. It took a week, and then she finally had her license before she left for out of state. So she just barely made it.
Wow.
Okay, now
you are going to be pushing the envelope.
You just ruined my weekend, Mike. You literally.
What's that?
You just ruined my weekend because I have a feeling that my fiance is currently in the car listening and she's going to kill me.
You might be in trouble. So it took how long? A week?
So if I go,
you're going to be by the teeth of
May 3rd, and I leave on the 15th.
So that's 2 weeks.
Less.
A week and a half.
It's like 12 days.
Oh, Benny boy. That's going to be pushing. You love doing your taxes last minute. You love grocery Christmas Eve shopping.
Christmas Eve shopping.
You
it's
love the
best.
rush. So here you go, Ben. Another rush.
You know what? I should know. I'm not going to jinx it. You know what I was going to say?
No.
It always works out.
Now you're relying on the DMV to process it.
I tried.
And the Postal Service to deliver it on time.
I love both entities. I've been respectful to both entities.
They're probably both listening and say, you know what, folks, we can't let our boy Ben down.
Oh, and if you don't think I'm gonna charm somebody up at the DMV to expedite that license, you're outside your damn mind.
You can charm. You can turn it on with the best of them, Ben.
I'm gonna be like, who's it gonna be? Oh, you look like you want to have a fun conversation this Saturday morning.
Gosh. I will say, I did think about a place that I hate waiting for is in like a line for a concession stand. We're at like a Bucks game, a Brewers game, and there's a long line. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. People don't know what they're going to get.
I always pick the wrong line.
The slow-moving line?
I always pick the slow line. It's when you do the thing
do
when
you
you're
think
like
you're picking the right line?
I send my fiance to a line and myself to a line.
Oh, yeah.
She's always first. I always pick the slow line. It's because I'm impatient. I think that's the earth telling me, just chillax.
You got to relax. Let it come to you. But usually at that moment, I'm either missing a game, missing a concert, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and it just feels like those concession lines take forever. That's one place I definitely hate waiting.
Matt chimes in the 414. I think you can still use a passport.
Oh, yeah, you could use a passport. That's a good call.
Guess what expired last year?
Ben.
You're a doofus.
I can't even, I don't understand.
I think we might be doing a honeymoon overseas,
I don't understand.
Too. How long does the passport take? Because the
passports take months. You need to, Ben. You need to.
I know. If we're going overseas,
you might ruin your fiance's honeymoon dreams if she wants to go someplace overseas. There's wonderful places you can go. She's probably dreamed about it, vision board, the whole thing, and you're going to strip that from her. You need to take care of your driver's license on Saturday and passport. Set an appointment. That is. I don't know what to do.
I feel like you want to grab me and shake me.
I want to escort you there. I want to be like, Ben, we cannot let this go. How
do I make an appointment with Nortman Organization Skills LLC?
I mean, we need to. It's going to be a boot camp. I'm not sure you can. I don't know if you can survive it. How long has it been suspended for?
12 weeks for a passport?
Yes, that sounds about accurate. Because I know right when I signed.
That's 3 months. We're getting married in less than 4 months.
Again, you are going to take it to the last minute.
For the license and the passport. Holy cow, I got to do this ASAP.
When I signed with the Jaguars, we go to London every year, so we need passports. So the minute you sign with the team, this is again, if you're a rookie, it's like April. But if you're a free agent, it's March. They go through the whole thing. Literally, part of the pit stop is going to make sure your passport
they take you
as
part of...
And they can fast track it because sometimes there's waits to get in to actually see someone for your passport. So, yeah, I mean, that's how big, because we want to know by fall that your passport's good to go. Benny boy, this is just, I'm stressed for you.
Matt in the 414 gets gets it. Sweet talk the post office. You got a passport in 10 days.
That seems exceedingly too quick. That sounds very optimistic.
Can you pay for fast track?
I'm sure you could pay for something, but again, Are you going to be okay? No, I'm stressed.
I'm stressed, but I'm still less stressed than you. No, you're not even doing it.
You have a smile on. You're sitting back, kind of casual. I need to distance myself away from. I'm tense thinking about the last minute stress, like knowing. Let's just say, for instance, okay, you go to the DMV on Saturday. You're flying, in like 11 days. That wait time of checking the mailbox every day, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. It's crazy.
Legitimately?
It's crazy. I would be able to sleep in general, but I'd probably wake up early. If I wake up during the middle of the night, my thoughts are racing. I'll be thinking about what am I going to do? I have no way to get on a flight.
I'll drive there.
Where are you driving?
Hilton Head?
No, you're not driving to Hilton Head. You're not driving to Hilton Head.
You're not driving there. I ever tell you guys about the time I got my passport?
No.
No, but you can do it after you tell us about DraftKings.
Oh, sure. I'll do that real quick. I got to tell you about DraftKings, but more specifically about Pick 6 from DraftKings. If you're ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs, you got to check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes all the other daily fantasy competition. All you got to do, look at player projections on their stats, click more or less. You can pick anywhere from 2 players all the way up to 6 players. The more you pick, the higher the payout potential. And you win more on your minimum payouts, depending on how the competition does that night. Pick 6 available in most states, including right here in Wisconsin. New players get $50 in Pick 6 credits instantly on just a $5 entry. Put 5 in, all of a sudden, boom, shakalaka, you got 55. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now. Use code WKTI. Whatever Kyle thinks, impossible. WKTI. For new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins. Only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus rewarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that do expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See the website pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Yeah, I love KBN Nation. Jeff chimes in. He got his real ID yesterday. Took 30 minutes. All good, Benny. Jeff in a beer truck. Tom got his passports in 3 weeks after going to the local post office. Like, look, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right.
I know you're singing it. I, on your behalf, won't be able to sleep well tonight.
Everything's going to be all right. There you go, Brad. Take it easy.
Okay,
it's Friday.
It's
Loosen
Friday.
up. You're 45 minutes away from a beer at Third Space Brewing Company. Pole position in Alex Strove's passport story, if it's any good. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm about being young, wild, and free.
No, you're not.
You're
not young, wild, and free.
Yeah, I am young.
You're not that.
I am Every
wild.
time I ask you to do something, I check with a girlfriend.
Wait, why are you taking so, why you going personal? Why you gotta talk about business?
What if
I can still be free with a lady.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43 backing up from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. More delays from Lapham down to the KK River. Northbound 43 backing up right through the Marquette all the way to Cave. Westbound 94, you got some backups from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's backed up a bit from just east of 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. And check the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies with a slight chance for showers. A low of 39. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers early, then afternoon sunshine. A high of 49 at the lake, 56 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Spring is here, and your local IKEA is rolling out the savings outdoors for their annual sidewalk sale. This is Ben Brust. Come see us, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, live from IKEA in Oak Creek on Friday, May 9th from 2 to 5 p.m. We'll be on site with ESPN Milwaukee and taking in all the deals. A wide variety of furniture and home furnishing accessories at big discounts. IKEA's annual sidewalk sale runs May 9th through the 26th. Come see KBN on site this Friday at IKEA in Oak Creek for the kickoff of their annual sidewalk sale.
The I-94 rivalry is more than just bragging rights. Get to the ballpark for Brewers Cubs action May 2nd through the 4th and spend Friday and Saturday night under the lights and help the crew defend American Family Field and the National League Central Crown.
That's your ball game!
Then pack the park for Sunday matinee baseball at the May 4th series finale and take advantage of the Sunday Fun Day bundle. Get your tickets now at Brewers.com.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a Milwaukee tradition? It's Saz. And for nearly 50 years, Saz's have been serving up award-winning ribs that'll make your taste buds dance. Don't miss our festival-famous mozzarella marinara, the appetizer that put us on the map and keeps Milwaukee coming back for more. Whether you're heading to a game or just catching up with family and friends, make Saz's your place to go. 55th and State. Saz's, where memories are made and stories are shared, one delicious bite at a time. Saz's State House, the finest. A Milwaukee tradition since 1976.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
'Cause everything gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Right back this morning. Smile with.
Oh, your company's telling its brand story. That's what marketing is all about. And you know what? If you want to be able to tell your story correctly, then you need to use 3 Tree Marketing. They are experts in creative merchandising strategies that be able to allow you to further your brand and tell your company's story. They're going to be an extension to your team and think outside the box so that they can accomplish your goals to increase your brand awareness. And anytime that you put your logo, your insignia on anything you can touch, feel, experience, 3 Tree Marketing is absolute experts in that. Your new teammates, your business partners, customers will know exactly who you are and what you stand for, but only if you use 3 Tree Marketing. Check them out today at 3treemarketing.com.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, no Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofer in the show. We're live from Third Space Brewing Company. Can't wait for a happy place after the show. Strofe, you could either take it away with a passport story or get to pole position.
It's not a very long story. It's just, it was one of the strangest mornings of my life. So I went to the post office, and when you see a post office worker, what do you guys typically expect?
Regarding what?
Yeah. Like the people that work at the post office.
I mean,
still
maybe
putting us in a bad spot here.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do here?
It doesn't matter. Anyway, so they go, yeah, we can't take your picture here. I go, okay. So what do I do? They go, hey, there's a Walmart down the street. And I said, okay, I'll go there. So I went there. I said, hey, I need to get my picture taken. And this dude is on another planet, if you know what I'm saying. He's
okay.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Let me go get the backdrop and the camera. So you got this white backdrop that's about 3 feet tall, and I am 6'3", and he's got a camera on a tripod that's maybe a foot tall. So I had to squat to the point where my ass is touching the tile in the middle of the Walmart electronics section on like a Thursday morning. And so I'm squatting for minutes. My legs are burning in the middle of this Walmart electronics. And then they print it off. I go back and I get my passport. So anyway, there's my story. Thanks for that.
James, the postman, chimes in, simply says, "Watch yourself, Strofe."
Everyone's got their opinions, but we just happen to think some are better than others. Let's hit the polls. This is Poll Position.
All right, fellas. Not a great poll week for our friends over at Jim, Matt, and Molly. Weekdays
what we
from
got?
4 to 6 on ESPN Madison. Let's start with this one. Well, we talked about this one earlier in the week. Jim Rutledge says the Bucks would be better off sitting Giannis versus the Pacers to help preserve his trade value. Do you agree? 92% of people.
99.9% of people, other than a misclick, should have clicked.
92.
No. Yeah.
Said no.
I'm shocked it's that low.
I agree.
Ben's right. It should be Jim Rutledge and a mishit. Like your thumb tried to go for one and accidentally registered the other. That was one of the craziest takes I've heard on these airwaves.
Well,
just to further this a second here, they literally were up 7 with 35 seconds left.
Yeah,
and they almost sent to the game 6. But we should have preserved his trade value.
Yeah, that's the most important.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we'd rather him on the bench than 33, 20, and 16 or whatever he had. Without anyway, another interesting poll from Jim and Molly for our worst polls of the week. Do you like your own name? 82% of people said yes.
I was going to say
that's
actually not a bad poll.
It's deep.
Is it?
Very deep.
If you don't...
Is
what do you say?
deep?
I said it's deep.
It is deep.
Strofe said, is it?
It is very deep. You have one name, and you yourself do not get to choose that name for yourself. Now, you can change your name, but I don't know how to do that.
Well, it's
because I don't even know how to get a driver's license or a passport.
Yeah, it is possible to change your name. I will say it is crazy to go deeper down the X-Files. Do you become your name, or does your name become you? Because that's profound, because I'm Brad.
Ooh.
And I'm fully Brad. But am I more of a Brad because my name is Brad?
Well, there's some people that don't look like their name. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people that don't look like their name. Ben, look at a random person in Third Space Brewing right now, guess their name, and then ask them their name.
Oh, my God.
I would love to do that.
Do it.
But we're live on the radio,
invasive.
and I don't know if I can do that unless, they're, on the microphone with us from an FCC standpoint.
I think you're overthinking this one.
No, I don't think I am. There's a guy who works here with, a big dread-headed flow.
What do you think his name is?
It's
classic.
If it's
that's a Derek. His name's Derek.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I'm saying
white dude.
If his name is, I don't know, Steve. He's not. It doesn't look like a Steve.
Well, what do you
he
think
does
his
not
name
look
is?
like a Steve. He looks like a. Maybe like a.
I don't know, Bob Marley.
But Bob, that's a surprising name for Bob Marley.
For sure, he doesn't look like a Bob.
He doesn't look like a
Bob Marley does not look like a Bob.
No, he doesn't. What do you think? Think of a Bob. I wouldn't expect Bob Marley to be that guy.
His name is Robert, so I guess it's Bob. But
does Kyle Wallace look like a Kyle? Or did Kyle Wallace become Kyle?
Kyle doesn't feel like. Well, I don't know. The thing is, like, all I know now is Kyle. You know?
Am I a Ben?
Oh, you're a Ben.
Why
you're
am I a Ben?
I think of a Ben as like you. I mean, you're Ben. You're fully Ben.
Okay, this was the worst X-Files we've ever done. Worst X-Files.
The thing with Alex Strofe.
My idea was the greatest idea I've ever had, and you, for some reason, thought it was illegal.
I want to. Okay.
Sir.
You're not asking them their social security number.
So we're live on air. So quick question. What do you think? We're talking about names.
Names.
And, okay, we have a gentleman
Do
here.
I look like a Ben? No. You have to recognize. Does he look like a Brad? He looks like a Brad.
Can we guess your name? We don't know you.
I couldn't hear what he said, so you guess.
Okay,
his name.
I'm going to guess your name is David.
He looks like a David.
You look like a David.
He looks like a David. What is it? Scott.
Scott.
I think he looks more like a David.
Yeah, but now I see the Scott. Now I see the Scott in him.
Well, because he said it's Scott?
Yes. It goes back to our theory. Do you become your name, or does your name become you?
Okay.
It wasn't even an option?
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I swung and missed. Thanks, Scott.
All right.
I was going to thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave.
He looks like a David, though, doesn't he?
He looks like a David.
Such like a David.
This is the
David
best
went to
game
the
ever.
bathroom.
All right, so let's go to the other polls from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, weekday morning, 7 to 9, ESPN. Milwaukee, how do you prefer your Gabe Neitzel, with a beard or with no beard?
With a beard. With a beard. I saw him in person today for the first time since the shaving. I wanted to, tape his beard back on him.
Oh, wow.
I didn't like it. And his wife doesn't like it.
Oh, that's the ultimate one. I do like Gabe with a beard. I've only seen him on the YouTube stream when Jen, Gabe, and Chewy have been on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube page. So I haven't seen him in person. He does look younger with a freshly shaven face. But maybe I feel like with the beard, he just looks more weathered and more
He
wise.
looks like he's ready to hunt and do manly things.
He looks very tough.
He looks tough.
He looks very tough.
He looks like a wimp.
Oh, you're going to say that?
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't look like a strong, strong grown man.
Yeah, that strength, that
like if
that
I saw if I didn't know who Gabe was, right? And I hypothetically have never been in a fight, but if I was gonna get in a bar fight and I had to choose to fight beardless Gabe or beard Gabe, I'm not trying to mess with beard Gabe. The guy looks like he's got some miles on him.
Yeah,
the guy looks like he's been in some bar fights.
That's perfectly put.
Gabe with no beard looks like one punch to the cheek and he's dead.
Just like me, I understand. This one also from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and I'm lacking context. I don't know if anybody listened this morning before I started listening in the 8 o'clock hour, but this must have been from their first segment. It just says, "Do you birds make out? Yes or no?"
Do birds make out?
Do you birds make out?
That's a Josh DiMaggio typo.
Yeah, it's
got to be if birds make out.
I don't think
that's also very profound. I don't think they do. I don't believe beaks are meant for making out. I believe, and if there's does any animal
Oh,
kiss?
What are we closest to? A monkey?
Probably.
Do monkeys make out
romantically?
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
You're the planet Earth guy.
I feel like in the animal kingdom, they just get right to business.
Okay, and that's it for pole position today. Not our best question at answering.
Oh, that is not true. You just met Scott Dave.
I prefer David Scott.
Did Dave come out of the bathroom yet?
He did.
Oh, dang, I missed him.
He walked so fast by our booth. I think he's like, get me the heck out of here.
If your name needs better marketing, Brad can help you.
I did tell them about 3 Tree coming in.
And if your name is Ben Brust, you live at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where I'm going to give you the best bet coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You said they are a reflection of their head coach. Yes, he's soft, as he proved with you by signing that damn jersey you had on. You think Campbell would have signed that jersey?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It looks like we've got a crash on southbound 43, right about at North Avenue. The right lane is blocked, so it is going to be causing some problems. Got some big delays coming in from before Capitol Drive down to that point. Heavy on the northbound side, too, out of the Marquette up towards Keith. We've got southbound on 41, heavy from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol. Northbound heavy from about Blue Mound Road up past Hampton. And then we've got another crash on 894 southbound heading into the Hale Interchange. That one's off on the left shoulder. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies with slight chance of showers, a low of 39. Tomorrow, a slight chance for showers early, then afternoon sunshine, a high of 49 at the lake, 56 inland. Access believes every home and business should be accessible to everyone. Independence should never be out of reach. Visit allaboutaccess.com to learn more. Access, removing barriers, advancing independence. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you don't compromise on the court, you shouldn't compromise off of it either. Lose the calories, not the taste. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Copyright 2024.
Hey, Bucks fans, enjoy Michelob Ultra at Brothers Milwaukee, Champs Americana Brookfield, Double D's Hales Corners, Ray and Dot's Greendale, and Who's on Third Milwaukee. That's Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft Greystone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft Greystone from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Company is getting packed full of people enjoying some brews on a Friday. Come have a happy place. Come enjoy the wonderful tap room. I did walk outside and looked at the patio. It's got the heaters if you need them. It's got space if you like space. You can walk around. I see a food truck. It's Frozen Pizza Friday, but I am tempted. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. It's time now to give you what will be a shocking best bet.
It's time for Ben Brust's Best Bets. Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. There's a table waiting for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, and full-service sports betting. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Now, there is no horse racing betting, I believe, at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. And that's a good thing for everybody, because my best bet is don't bet the Kentucky Derby.
Oh.
It is a loss leader. It is overrated. It is overhyped. You sit around and the only cool thing about it is if you get together to have fun and like drink and like throw a party. But if you're like, I just want to like, turn on the Kentucky Derby and then you bet on it, the favorite hasn't won since 2018. Plus, it's like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You build it up, and if it's not a great race, you're like, that was it? It's not that fun. It's probably amazing to be there, but the race itself on TV never lives up to expectations. It does sometime when a long shot wins, and it's like they come from the back and like they make the final turn, they do the thing, but don't bet it. You're not going to win. There's 20 horses. There's 20 horses. You're going to lose. The odds are further against you than anything that you will bet.
The winner hasn't won since 2018.
The favorite.
The favorite. Sorry, yeah, of course, the winner has won. The favorite hasn't won since 2018. That is staggering. You're 100% right when it comes to the race, too. Wherever it's like, whatever channel it's on, it takes up like 5 hours of block, right?
Yes.
And I tune in, it's 3 o'clock. I wonder if they're racing. Some pageantry, some interview. Like it's impossible.
Right? Like who's this owner? I don't care about this owner.
Yeah, there's a story. Like it's impossible to nail it, right? Because then you'll tune in, then maybe the next commercial break. If you're watching a different sporting event, boom, the race is over. You missed it. It is a frustrating. It's cool for like the 2 minutes, but mostly because of novelty, right? Just because I never watch horse racing, so if it happens to be on, that's cool. But now, especially that I know how hard it is to bet against it, consider me interested in any other sports bet other than that.
So that's my best bet. Don't bet the Kentucky Derby. Strofe, what do you think about my best bet?
You're weak, you're a wimp, you're a loser. That's a loser's mentality.
Guess what I'm going to end up doing?
Bet the Kentucky Derby?
Betting the Kentucky Derby. And then giving my same advice to every year I bet the Kentucky Derby. I say that's my last year.
Really?
And then I get 1 hour. I get 1 hour away.
I'm all in on Flying Mohawk.
Flying Mohawk.
Well, I was about to ask, how do you determine? None of us are even close to horse experts, let alone horse racing novices.
Well, I have.
So how do you decide?
I have a buddy who handicaps the horse race because he owns horses, looks at the speed rating, the different tracks, the type of material that they're racing on, the jockeys, the owners, the trainers.
Jeez, so
and
much.
He loses every single year, but I still listen to him.
He himself loses as well?
Yes.
Wow.
It's so hard. That's how hard it is.
It is a good best bet.
Flying Mohawk 30-1. Otherwise, I also like Luxor Cafe 15-1.
Are you going only on names, Strofe?
Yes.
Well, if we're going to go only on names, I'm going to try and find some of the great names here.
You
there
have
are
both
a couple.
journalism and publisher in this year's race.
That's so weak.
Yeah, but there's a couple fun ones, though. Flying Mohawk is definitely one. Tis-tastic.
How about Toby? This is Toby Keith's horse. Render Judgment.
Wow.
That sounds intense.
Hey, how do you know
that does sound really
not to sound insensitive, but Toby Keith's dead.
Yeah. So his horse lives on. But I just pulled up an article. His horse isn't dead though, Strophe. Gotcha. Render Judgment is coming beyond the grave for my guy Toby Keith.
I mean, patriotism right there, Brad.
First concert I ever attended. I was 7 years old at a Toby Keith concert.
Really? So I'm actually jealous. I wanted to see Toby Keith. I love Toby Keith. Never got around to it, and unfortunately he passed. So Strofe, I hope your 7-year-old self enjoyed it, because 35-year-old Brad is jealous.
Should have been a cowboy, Brad.
Should have been a cowboy.
I'm not going to lie. The names aren't as fun as they usually are.
No, they're kind of weak.
You guys are just negative. American Promise? That's
American
sick.
Promise. I just saw that one.
Coal Battle? Coal, C-O-A-L? Coal Battle? That's sweet.
Chunk of gold.
Yeah. There's some great names. Flying Mohawk? Are you kidding?
Where's Usain Colt?
Probably in a Reddit thread. I don't know.
Citizen Bull.
Are you ready to come clean on your horse in the home run derby or not a horse in the home run derby?
Horse in the home run derby?
Now, Stro.
You mean the Kentucky Derby?
Did you actually come up with those names from the earlier segment?
Or did you rip it off the internet?
I love Chunk of Gold.
Good deflection. I'm going to take my bad performance of saying home run derby and Kentucky Derby to the fact that the cutest child in the entire world has entered the building.
Hey, you ain't joking.
I've been distracted just trying to make my hi, honey. Oh, gosh, I just gave KBN Nation my bad voice.
You did. Ben in dad mode is a fascinating thing to witness.
Well, I think this is a good opportunity. Mother's Day coming up, Benny. Where are you going for your fiance?
I'm glad I have these live reads about Mother's Day because that's another thing, as Brad knows. I don't have a passport for a honeymoon in 4 months. I don't have a real ID for flying in 11 days. And less than that is when Mother's Day is coming, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. But if you want to be a hero and give a mom in your life something that is amazing, all you got to do is go to the new ESPN Wisconsin app from now through May 7th. You get a one-night stay at the St. Kate the Arts Hotel, a gift card to one of the St. Kate restaurants, and then, of course, a big bouquet of flowers straight from Welke's Milwaukee Florist. If you aren't the lucky winner, don't sweat it. You can also receive 10% off when you call and place an order with Welke's and mention ESPN at checkout. Show the mom in your life how she is so appreciated by you, and register on the ESPN app, the ESPN Wisconsin app. You download it, App Store, Google Play Store, ESPN Wisconsin app. There's a contest tab. You find Welke's Mother's Day giveaway. Boom, sign up, and you are entered to win an unbelievable prize. We wrap up the show from Third Space Brewing Company. Coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Student Athlete Support Fund is something I was looking at. I'm ultimately likely going to give to this College of Letters. Jeez. I was in life.
Long week.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison. It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers finished their longest road trip of the season at 5-5 after taking 2 out of 3 from the lowly White Sox down in Chicago. The crew fell to 16-16 following the series finale loss. Even though it's early, manager Pat Murphy knows his team has work to do if they want to be in a position to play beyond the end of the season.
We got a very young team. We've got a very injured team. The way we operate on the margins, we're going to be an inch from the top and an inch from the bottom. Now, we got to choose how we're going to handle it. It might be a little tougher road for us. So what? It's about getting down the road and getting to your destiny.
The Brewers back home at AmFam Field this weekend to welcome in the rival Chicago Cubs.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Beat the tariffs this month at Cunis. Get your tariff-free car, truck, or SUV before they're gone. All current in-stock new vehicles are not affected. Plus, take advantage of employee pricing and huge manufacturer discounts on select brands and models. Shop from over 2,800 cars, trucks, and SUVs group-wide from 18 new vehicle brands. Our loan experts will work to get you our best interest rate possible. And our Fresh Start financing program can help you get approved regardless of your credit. Plus, you're covered Powered by our lifetime no-fear powertrain warranty, included with qualified new and pre-owned vehicle purchases. Visit your local Cunis dealership today for your tariff-free vehicle while they last. But don't wait, because once they're gone, they're gone. With over 30 locations across the Midwest, there's sure to be a Cunis location near you. Start your search online at shopcunis.com. That's shopkunes.com.
Tailgate season, company victory party, don't let your event fall short. V Private Bar Services delivers the winning play with expertise. We're talking custom cocktails, top shelf service, and an atmosphere that'll have your team pumped. Forget the watered down beer and basic mixers. Get the VIP treatment for your corporate events with bartenders who know the perfect pour. V Private Bar Services, where elevated hospitality runs through our veins. Explore vprivatebar.com and leave the mixing to us.
Nestled along the shores of Lake Michigan, the Knickerbocker Hotel offers a timeless escape in the heart of Milwaukee. Immerse yourself in the rich history of this iconic landmark where charm meets modern luxury. Picture yourself enjoying breathtaking lake views, luxurious rooms, and dining at one of the finest restaurants in the city. Whether you're visiting for a weekend getaway or a special occasion, the Knickerbocker promises an unforgettable experience. Your perfect stay awaits at the Knickerbocker Hotel. For more information and to book your next stay, visit knickerbockeronthelake.com.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Third Space Brewing Company is popping. You got everything here. Everything you need. Great beer, great tap room, outdoor space, heaters. You can have an event here. They have a venue for that as well. Tours, you name it, they have it at Third Space Brewing Company, as it is getting packed and fun here fast. Ben Brust, Kyle Wall's out, but he'll be back on Monday. Brad Nortman here with me, Strofe running the show. I found out that they have an original Blitz, like an OG Blitz.
Oh,
like machine.
Like an arcade game?
An arcade Blitz.
Oh, my goodness. What an investment.
Best bar games.
Oh, I'm a sucker for Golden Tee.
I'm a classic darts guy.
You're a darts guy.
I don't think I've played Strofe in cricket yet.
Well, Strofe is a professed darts aficionado.
Strofe, have we played cricket yet?
You just said we haven't. Why do I need to
I'm just making sure.
How good are you guys? Are we talking about like a Clash of Titans here? Do we need to have a Strofe versus Ben duel?
I'm good.
How good? Like what's your points per round?
Over 2, typically.
I don't even know
You're
what
looking
that
for marks
means.
per round, NPR?
NPR.
Yeah,
You guys don't
over
keep
2.
these stats.
No, the machine does it for you.
The machine does it for you.
But to remember them and to be able to pull it from memory?
Yeah, like
I've never calculated my average. I know I waver somewhere around the 1.9 and 2.4 mark, depending on the day.
I'm probably a 1.6 to 2.2. I've had a 2.67. I've had, you obviously have those bigger ones, but in average, I'm competitive. And if there's money on the line, Strofe's 2.1 goes down to 1.5 because he's nervous because he's playing me for money.
This is the dumbest math I've ever heard.
I think we need to have a Strofe versus Ben darts game match, like the match. Strofe versus Ben darts.
Why did arcade games go away? Like if there was why isn't there an NBA Jam with today's players?
That's a good point.
And an
NBA
arcade
Jam.
game.
I feel like
if I could be Dame Giannis at a bar.
Oh wow, now that would be good.
Or Fat Luka and LeBron.
Fat Luka, as our buddy Homer said.
Extra pixelated, extra thick for pixelation.
Like you know how they jump really high? He goes half the height of high for dunks.
Oh my goodness! I will say the lack of arcade games something is being stripped from the experience. Because I remember even sometimes going to a movie theater, like some of the Marcus theaters you'd go to as a kid, and before phones, and if you had to wait for something, I remember there being arcade games there. And like it's just not having that at a bar or a place like this at 3rd Street, which they do. There's just a kid inside of all of us that just, I don't know, now that you said that there's Blitz here, I'd be eager to play that.
Do people like pinball anymore?
If there's a good enough theme on the pinball machine, I'll pop a couple quarters in there.
It's got to be a great theme.
I played a Van Halen pinball machine not recently, within the last year, and I like.
You get one arcade game in your basement. What are you taking?
Oh man!
And did you know that my brother Jonathan Brust was once top 500 in the world in Golden Tee?
No way.
True.
That's amazing.
Know that, yes, he's told us.
I kind of think, well, first of all, so for bar game, shuffleboard is mine. That long table.
You stink at shuffleboard. I beat you.
But I like it, and that was one game, Strofe. I was just getting warmed up. Well, another one. I'm going to have to take you on in shuffleboard, and Ben, you and Strofe. I think like Area 51. I want some, or like the Duck Hunt. I want a shooting game.
Ooh.
You know,
in college,
Big Buck Hunter.
The amount of money I spent on Big Buck Hunter.
Big Buck Hunter, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Big Buck Hunter is a thrill.
I actually think I need that
in your basement.
I'm not gonna have it.
No.
How much? Okay, let's do some research. How much is a big bunk hunt?
That is like when you're young and you sit back and you dream up a perfect basement. It does include an arcade game. There is something about an arcade game that just sets the tone and transforms the space.
Wait a second. Okay, never mind.
How much is a Big Buck Hunter?
So there's one for $7,000.
Oh my goodness!
And there's one on eBay pre-owned for $2,300.
It's got to be like there's a part missing or something.
Yeah. See, the HD monitor is $7,000.
What about
that sucks.
What about for an arcade game? What about like Cruisin' USA?
Oh, that was the go-to.
You know, especially if you got like 2 race things, you know, that you can like race one another.
I mean, that's the childhood. Going to the local sports bar, they had the Cruisin' USA.
Yeah.
They had the bar with like the basketball hoop with the net. You ever been to one of those where you shoot the hoop and it rolls down on the net to you?
Yeah, like Pop-A-Shot. Right?
No. I'm talking. They have an actual basketball hoop.
Oh,
with a net. Like, my whole childhood was going to the same sports bar.
You're talking about a 10-foot hoop with a normal basketball?
10-foot hoop in the bar. And it was right under the stairs.
That's cool.
And you'd shoot, and like there was a ceiling in play. You had to have the perfect trajectory roll down to you.
That's pretty cool. I've never experienced that before.
Is that why you were such a good shooter? Because your parents were bringing you to a bar as a 9-year-old and you were getting shots up?
Go shoot hoops.
No, it was like the post-soccer game place. You know, when you were like in 3rd, 4th grade forced to play soccer because for some reason in America we don't really do soccer, but we start everyone by playing soccer.
That's true. That is weird how everyone starts with soccer. Game I hated, the claw game.
The claw game's such a fraud.
It's such a fraud. It's such a ripoff. It's such a fraud. It's the softest clasp of all time. You get it right over the stuffed animal's head, and it just pulls right through it. It's ridiculous.
Not in Toy Story.
That's true. The claw.
The claw.
Yeah, that's false advertising, the claw.
I have not checked here. Crazy Taxi?
Crazy Taxi. I remember that like on PlayStation, not necessarily as an arcade game.
That was from Q in the 414. I'll tell you what, if you have a bar, it needs to have an arcade game. We need to bring arcade games back.
Honestly, if I'm going to have a libation or two, and I know there's an arcade game there, you know I'm gravitating toward it. Like bees to honey, I am going right toward it. So the fact that Blitz is here, that is an absolute thrilling idea. But you know what? Like another overrated game, Pac-Man. Pac-Man's so overrated to me. Like I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
And I know it was probably big in the 80s, but like you do the toggle, it doesn't turn. The ghosts are faster than you. I don't know. I'm not a Pac-Man guy.
There's something about being chased, and like if you can outduel them by using like the go away and come back the other side and then get it, and then you can get the thing where you can eat them. Eat them well. Sounds like you're just bad.
I am pretty bad at it. I will say when you finally grab though that fruit and then you become the predator, that's a thrilling moment. That is beyond exciting.
Galactica.
Galactica, yeah, okay. You're
not a space guy?
No, I'm a Star Wars guy, but Galactica never felt like it was a home run to me. Never felt like it was a home run.
What if we had a what's the thing that I feel like Jesse Nelson would be good at?
Skeet ball.
Skeet ball.
It's just skee ball, guys. S-K-E-E.
I called it skee ball. He called it skeet ball.
There's no T.
There's no T.
Just skee ball.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Thank goodness.
I've never heard it called skeet ball. That's it for us at Third Street Brewing Company. They have a production brewery, a tap room, event venue. Stop by Thursdays for Under the Bridge live music series. If you're not an alcoholic drinker, you can try their Headspace sparkling water infused with hops, fruit, and hemp-derived THC. Mark your calendars for Happy Day on June 7th, a festival celebrating Happy Place. This is my happy place because we're about to... I don't like saying goodbye to KBN Nation, but I know I'm going to see you guys on Monday and talk to you guys